Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, RKDM, and this is Roll Stream. And over here we have Avery, and down here we have Christina. And we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, 5th edition. We are the Burning Path. And yes, we're very impressive, and you should watch us every week. If only we were actually on air, so to speak. But everything has a way of correcting itself, and it is slowly doing so. The machinations, the wheels are turning. So, in any case, dear Avery and dear Christina, you are in Vain Gate and the world of Sidario. Barry's away this week because he's sick, unfortunately. So, we'll have to cope. You're just going to have to cope without him. So I guess that makes your challenge rating is a little bit lower now. So I won't be able to throw Tiamat at you this session, at least, to wait for it to come back.
I mean, if you're gonna throw Tiamat at us, you could at least pick the character of mine that actually wants to fight her.
Oh, I will. I will. I will. Don't worry.
Okay.
That's you can do that. You've you've called Tiamat out. Great. Great idea. Of all the best things to do in D&D. I mean, to be
Oh no,
fair, he
I'm not
hasn't.
calling Tiamat out. I'm just saying if I'm one of my characters has to fight her, I have a I
Right.
want to be the character that actually
So you're
was
saying
actually like, yes, no, fuck you in particular.
he's not literally calling her out. He just
No.
happens to be the most prepared and um,
He's the one who's most mentally prepared.
right,
It's not like, oh god, what do I do? It's like I knew this day would come.
right there. Well, yeah, yes, indeed. So we're in Moldrea. We're in Vain Gate. We're in now. We could be still at the tavern, the Nag's Head, and you could still be chatting with Hasseldrill if you've come up with any new questions or ideas for conversations with him. Um, Otherwise, you could be on your way back to the Solanor Temple,
Hmm.
or we could skip ahead if you feel that way inclined.
Um, Christina, what do you want to do? You've been taking a backseat a bit lately. Let's let you pick what we do today.
Oh, we're on our way.
You on your way? Okay,
Give
so
her a
you're
chance to look around.
okay. All right, so you leave the Nag's Head behind, and Hasseldrill and Leates say goodbye in formal elven fashion, bowing and what have you. Um, and the door you hear shuts behind you, and now you're outside in the dark, wet um, street. This particular corner of Asterion, this is up near the wall. And so up by the wall is where all the sort of main structures and more commercial structures exist in the Elven district. Because of course a great swathe of the Elven district is just gardens. But this is where all the structures are. And so you find yourself in not an alley, but a narrow street. It's a muddy street. It curves around up a hill, slowly rising towards the next arch that heads through to the Barrack Isle district on the one hand, or you can go downhill out to the Droob, basically, which I assume is where you're going because you're heading back home. Um,
Hmm.
right. And so as you're heading down the hill, you're chatting to one another. You can hear your feet on the cobblestones. Um, and so you can make a perception check.
14.
21.
21. All right. This game is a constant parade of me going, wow, fuck, over Christina's dice rolls. All right. So, Christina, in particular, you hear the sounds of, in the distance, you've noticed that there's a market. You can hear a market. Um, and then you notice the sound above the market of some sort of light, chaos light, chaos with a capital C and a light with a capital LITE to suggest that it's not war, but it's something going on. You hear the crash of it could be some domestic shit or something like that, and then you hear this sound of this fence or this wall getting broken, wood exploding, as it were, and the sounds of chasing boots and somebody running through this kind of maze of wooden structures. And you can hear that in the distance, and then you can hear horses coming too, and you hear someone call out for someone to get out of the way, clear the way, coming through, Moldrain guard, stand back.
Okay.
Avery, you probably hear enough of this as it progresses because it's getting louder.
Mm. Well, basically, I'm like, okay, yep, don't really want to get under the feet of the guard, so I just find a look around, find a decent spot to step back into so that I'll be out of the way.
As you do so, a wagon comes careening around the corner with big, wide, fat wooden wheels clobbering its way past, and you are quite happy to not be standing in front of it. As it
Mm.
wheels past you, you see there's an old man on the front of this wagon in a brown robe, looking back over his shoulder momentarily, and whipping on the horses as fast as he can. Um, and he careens around past you and then out of sight. Moments later, two horsemen come around the corner and they stop. You, he points at you.
Yes.
What did you see?
I saw a man on a
Which way
brown
did he
robe.
go?
That way.
They fuck off going that way. Did you tell them the truth?
Um, what did I see about this guy?
Should make an insight check. You can make an insight check or an investigation check. These
Insight
are
is better for me. That's a 17.
okay. The reason I'm asking though is because before you decide is because one's going to tell you about him and one's going to tell you about the wagon.
I'm more interested in him.
Okay. Right, so 17 insight for him.
Yes.
Um, Scared, concentrating. Um, I think the term fleeing is quite appropriate. Um,
Did he look Barakyle?
no.
In that case, I lied to them.
Okay. All right. Fair. All right. Christina, did you want to make any of these checks, either or one of those
She did
checks?
investigation.
You did
He
investigation?
did
Okay. So what did you get for your investigation?
19.
19, of course you did. Um, the wagon has coverings on it, and it's covered with cloth. The cloth is like brown cloth, okay? However, under it, there's clearly some boxes underneath the cloth that are the cloth's covering something, some sort of cargo. Um, and despite the fact that Avery checked on the face of this guy to see whether he was Barakyle, he didn't check the wagon, and the wagon does have Barakyle writing on it. But Avery doesn't know that yet. So you guys
Hmm.
are sort of in two minds at this moment in time. Action.
Oh,
That
hmm.
wagon had Barakyle supplies in it or something like that.
Oh, perhaps, but he did not appear Barakyle, and Barakyle have diplomatic immunity. They would not be running from the guard. So I
True.
think most likely he stole that from the Barakyle, and I do not regret helping him.
Love it.
Anyway,
Okay.
would you like to see? Should we follow the way that he actually went and see if we can find him? That might be interesting.
Yeah, that
Um,
sounds interesting.
are you mounted? Were you mounted?
We did originally have horses,
You
so
did
I
originally
assumed
have horses.
we could. Yeah, we could have just been. We could be going to get our horses. We could have stabled them somewhere.
I was thinking that might be the case. Yeah. Okay. So you grab your horses from the nearest stable where you stabled them, and that
Hmm.
was just during your short walk from the tavern to the
Yeah,
stable.
that's probably just got our horses. Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay. So you grab your horses. Are you in any particular rush?
I'm not, and I think I feel like rushing would draw unwanted attention.
Okay. All right. So you get on the road again. Um, it is important to note that it is generally getting quieter at this point. It's roundabouts the time when people are expected to fuck off, and in some parts of the city there are in fact curfews.
Hmm.
Not here right now, but there are curfews in some places. Um, so you get back out on the road, you're going to need to make some sort of investigation check if you're going to follow or try and
Hmm.
follow where he went.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
So just for the record, he went the direction that you think he went was towards the Droob.
Hmm.
What did you actually get for your investigations?
Dirty 20.
21.
Okay, perfect. All right. Um, he as you're coming down following him, even like a couple of minutes later, you can still see his significantly slower wagon um, heading out through the gates into the Droob and then turning towards the docks, the river docks.
All right.
At that point, you lose sight of him though, because it's a bit far. The time that you spent getting your horses, he got significantly further ahead, and so getting around between those, you can imagine he's probably loading that shit onto one of the boats. You
Hmm.
probably won't be able to find out which boat because it's too far.
Why don't we have a look and see if we can find them? You never know.
You could make an athletics check if you want to ride stupidly fast and, risk knocking people over, getting hurt yourself, and that kind of thing. But that's up to
Sornel does
you.
not want to do that.
Or
No.
what would it be? An animal handling check, actually.
Yeah, no, Sornel just. The thing is, pe I mean, he could have stopped it. He'd have to stop and disguise himself, and so people didn't recognize him, which it
Right.
just seems like
A lot of
A
work.
hassle.
it's a lot of work and it's going to be very questionable benefit.
Well, okay.
So basically, just follow and try and figure out where he went.
All right. So you get down to the Droob. You go through the guard, the arch.
Hmm.
They let you out because they're not interested in keeping you inside. They're trying to keep you out. Um, and so you head down to the river docks.
Hmm.
Um, it's nighttime. There's a few people around, but not it's not overrun with people, so there is a chance you could see who went where. So how about a perception check?
25.
14.
Well, that's all backwards, isn't it?
Well, I think part of it is it's dark and Lissa doesn't have dark vision, and Sornel can see perfect up in the darkness up to 120 feet.
Right.
Plus,
Okay.
Blackfire's probably acting up a little bit.
Could be that. Yep. Okay. Cool. So, Sornel, what you see is that this old man that you spotted earlier on the wagon he's got the wagon still, and he's stopped the wagon next to a ship. Um, it looks like a river barge. It
Hmm.
doesn't look like it looks like the sort of boat you head upriver with, not the sort of boat you head downriver with.
Hmm.
Which has a different style because those ones tend to be heading out to sea, right?
Right.
Whereas the ones heading up are heading towards lakes and into Tularathian kind of
Hmm.
territory. So it has some
Yeah.
elven attributes to this ship, this barge. And he's standing next to a person who's wearing a black robe. Um, and you see, what did you roll? Stupidly high.
25.
5. You think it's someone with some elven martial bearing.
All right.
That seems to be whom they're handing over this wagon of stuff. And now a couple of um, what look like servants wearing black turbans and light leather clad sort of, I'll go so far as to call it armor. Yeah, okay, it's armor. So they're more like mercenaries, maybe. Hard to say, but they're wearing uniforms, like the same uniform.
Have I seen this uniform anywhere before?
Can you make a history check?
Apparently not.
I can give it a go.
Sure.
Uh, Listen, do you see those people there on the barge? I'm struggling to remember. I don't think I've seen that uniform before.
26.
26. It's a uniform of a style that is common amongst elven high houses. It's not any particular, well, it could be a particular one, but you're too far away to tell if there's a symbol on it or something. But it looks
Hmm.
like the style of the high houses. They look like possibly mercenaries or bodyguards who are just, they look like they're just helping, doing
Not
some
Blackguard,
labor.
though.
They don't look like black guys.
Should we see what they were doing?
Yeah.
All right, let's approach them then.
All right. So as you get closer, you're still looking at them and paying attention and trying to get a read
Hmm.
on the situation. So as you get closer, you can make an investigation check.
13.
13.
19.
Okay, Lissa. Lissa. What do you know about Hemoth Tirith, elves and elven stuff? What does your character know? Not necessarily you, but your character.
Um,
Like, does she speak Elven?
She
yes.
does.
Okay, does she
Yes.
has got a pretty high history check, I would expect. She's a dragon after all.
Hmm.
So technically almost anything could be available to what she knows.
The thing is, depends on how far back her draconic memory ends, so there
Right.
could be gaps.
There could be, yeah, there could be big gaps.
Yeah.
Um, you see amongst them, in fact, on the main guy, the main um operator here, who's the receiver of the goods. He has the mark of the House of Talandaran on his pauldron. Um, so you are aware that Talandaran, the leader of House Talandaran, is also the supreme commander of the Black Guards.
Oh boy.
Would you like to have some fun with this?
Fun. That sounds good.
It's a good thing that our clanky friend is not here.
Yeah.
Perception check, new perception check.
Watch, listen, knock this out of the park.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you get? 30
A
something?
30.
30. Of course.
I got her 19. I was feeling pretty good about myself, and then she rolled a 30.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's both apparent, it's apparent to both of you that there are um the word is spreading and more troops of guards have now joined the chase and they're starting to spread out across the city. Um, they're coming out from behind you now, and you see a couple of messengers on horses go flying past. Initially, first it's the messengers and then it's the guards.
Whoa. They're
Hmm.
in a hurry.
What did you get on your perception check that time? It was a 30 and a 19, wasn't it?
19.
Um, Lissa, amongst those messengers, you notice that one of them in particular is bearing, uh, is an elf. One of the messengers, one of the mounted messengers in particular, is an elf. um, and he is fleeing or riding not only with obviously a message, but he's got more supplies than you would expect.
That one there has more supplies,
Now, he's going somewhere. Like,
and he's in a hurry.
Which direction is he heading?
um, towards the middle of the city at this point.
Okay, so what?
The Droob.
Okay, yeah, so he's heading towards the Drew, but broadly in the direction of which gate would he be heading in if he's leaving the city with the
S-
direction he's going?
Um, oh wait, Banegate's sideways, isn't it?
Yeah.
An
Just give me a direction, like forget about the
actual,
city and
an
just give me
actual
the
cardinal
direction,
direction.
an
Okay,
actual cardinal direction, yeah.
all right. East.
East.
What's east?
Could be could be broadly heading towards Hemath Tirith. It's kind of east, I think.
Hemoterrace?
And they were an
High,
elf.
yeah.
High elf.
Mm. Did we see what type of elf?
Did you see what type of elf? Christine, you got a 30.
And I got a
You
19
got a
as
19
well.
as well. Oh, I'm just sort of looking at the upper limits, like what is it
Yeah.
possible? Yeah, okay. So look like a young high elf. In fact, you would say it was a like the equivalent of a teenager high elf, like some kind of squire. The right age to be a squire. Probably dressed appropriately too, although no official um emblems.
Hmm. Interesting.
Damn, that would have been better. Fuck. Oh well.
What, a half elf?
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly right.
Anyway, so unless something's changed, I guess we approach the guys that are loading this boat.
Okay. All right. So at this point, the chase has not arrived at at the
Hmm.
center of the Droob yet. You probably got about 3 or 4 minutes.
Hmm.
Um, and so you approach this guy who's loading the boat. Yes, the older gentleman. Um, he's getting the stuff off the wagon and passing it over to these four other gentlemen
Hmm.
who are loading it onto the boat. And the elf, the main primary elf with the long black robe. I'm going to say he's got a turban as well, and he has, as you get closer, you see he's carrying a scimitar
Hmm.
under his robe. And he looks over at you as you approach. There is nothing to see here. What is it that you want?
Just giving you a heads up that the guards will be looking for your friend here shortly. You might want to hurry.
Can you make an initiative check, please?
Uh-oh.
This might take me a
Seven.
second because I have to. Sure.
Are you
But I have the
doing
right
it?
campaign
To the lady.
because I didn't check that. Smart. Burning Path, campaign. Deactivate RAM.
love having wire-free headphones.
They're good, aren't they?
I can run away and I still hear you guys. I can go invisible.
Yeah, basically, instead of like doing the cloak thing, you just step away for you just go out of frame of the camera.
Right. System leadership. Okay.
Well, I hope these guards take our information nicely.
Oh, seriously, you're still going to use the wrong campaign, even though I explicitly changed it.
Ugh.
Fucking Jesus. Burning path. Solved. Okay, save. Try that again. All right. That looks right. That looks right. That looks right. Okay. We've got 16 and 20 for initiative. Is that correct?
Yep.
Excellent.
17.
Somehow it managed to actually load that in. Did you say 17
Yes.
for Tannel?
No, for Alyssa.
No.
Why does it
Alyssa.
tells me that Lissa has 20?
Oh,
No, I'm looking at 17.
All
I can
right,
see it.
that's fine. I'm happy to nerf your initiative. All right, so what did you? Yeah, so you said a thing,
Basically, I was basically like, my whole vibe is, hey, I'm trying to help you.
right? Okay. Um, his whole vibe is I'm fucking suspicious about why you're even here and why you're trying to help me. So what he does is he Misty steps behind you with his blade at your throat, and he says, "And why would you try and help me?"
Because Gilra Talandarn is a friend of mine.
You you feel a nick on your throat as if he's about to slash your throat, and then he stops. Who is Gilra Telendar?
Out of game, what's her actual? I think her first name is something
Gilra
like
Talat, is it? No, I'm thinking of the wrong character.
Nyrene, I think, or something.
Yeah, okay. So you tell him
Yeah.
that'd be true. Okay.
Yeah.
He I do not know this name, and he begins to move again as if he's going to cut your throat.
Uh, all right. Well, I mean, it's pretty impressive that he's trying to cut my throat since I'm on horseback.
That's true. That's
Mhm.
true. Um, he could be on behind you on your horse.
Okay. Um, let's see. What can I do? What can I do? What's the best thing to do? Um, yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna face step off the horse.
Okay, so we're in initiative now.
Yeah.
Um, so one of the guards, one of the soldiers, the laborers, um, drops the box that he's dealing with. In fact, he would have done that when this conversation started. I think they all turned around and started sort of folding their arms to watch what was going to happen. So one of those guys moves forward immediately to wherever it is that you face stepped to. Or you
Uh,
haven't, yeah.
I haven't done anything hostile. Basically, there's a knife in my throat. I just kind of phase stepped away, and I'm just like staring at him with my arms crossed, slightly disappointed.
All right. So the first three of those guys, because they have the top of initiative, they're just going to move to positions where they could attack you if they wanted to at their next turn, and then they're
Mm,
going to hold their actions. If you so that if you try and attack their boss, they will um, that will trigger their attacks.
mm.
Okay. Which brings us to Lissa.
We mean no harm. We're just trying to warn you, that's all.
He looks up at you. He says, he raises his hand to his friends. He face steps back down to the ground again, or shadow, whatever it is that he's
Misty
using,
steps.
Misty Step. Um, No, he just gets off the horse. Let's be fair.
Mm.
He's not going to waste. He's not going to waste a spell slot. Um, he gets down off the horse, but he's very apt at horsemanship, you notice.
Mm.
Um, and he says, "If you help me load the boat quickly, we can get away."
It's still Lys's turn, I believe.
I
Or
pause.
no?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Very well then. Let us not get caught here, and we can find out why you were taking from the ones in red after.
All right. So you guys help him load the boat. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So once the boat is loaded, um, can I get you both to make, I'm gonna say intelligence checks, saving throws.
Intelligence. Oh, this didn't go well.
23?
23. 5. Okay. Okay, so Lissa, he tricks you, but not so much Sornel. Um, Basically, once the boat's loaded, he and his boys start pushing off and away from you. Um, but Sornel, you can still do something if you want.
Can I Misty Step?
Yes, you can Misty Step. Is that your intention?
Yeah, Misty Step to someone.
All right, I'm going to go back into initiative just to keep things clean. Sornel, you're next.
Okay. So just so we're on the dock and they're on the boat and they're pushed off.
Yes, and now Lissa has Misty stepped onto the boat.
Just to confirm, that was what you wanted to do, Christina?
It'd be next to you, yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
next to
no.
you.
So
Okay, so
Christina
she's
was
not on the
making
boat.
sure that she wasn't on the boat.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
I see. So
Yeah,
she's
I
not on the
Misty
boat.
Step off
Off
the
the
boat
boat.
since they tried to
Off the
kidnap
boat.
me.
Gotcha. Okay, cool, cool. All right. So, you all right, very good then. And then he waves his arm to you. He just waves to you goodbye, basically, and he turns around and walks up the length of the boat away from you as the boat heads off. Unless you want to do anything, which
Mm,
you could. If you
I
want
mean, I
to.
could, but this seems like a rather prickly individual, and
Now the horses are coming behind you too. You can hear the guards starting to pour into the marketplace.
Lissa, I think now would be a very good time to be somewhere else.
I agree. Let's move on.
All right, as you're moving on, some of the guards intercept you because there's a bunch of them. Um, and they say, "You two, stop!"
Yes?
One of them rides over towards you. "You've been in the marketplace, have you?"
We've been doing a little bit of sightseeing.
"Sightseeing at night time. Absurd." He looks at you. "Ah, you're an elf. That explains everything." Hmm. "Did you see any other elves down here?"
I did see someone in black wearing a turban. He was loading a boat, went off up the river.
"Which direction?"
And I give him the actual direction this time.
All right, he turns to his guards, and then he sends them all off to sort of disseminate this information.
Mm.
He thanks you. He says, "Thank you, citizen. You'll be well rewarded."
I don't need rewards,
"Not
but
from me,
thank you.
sir." He starts to ride off. "From Helm."
Helm, of course.
No.
Of course, it's like you did something good, and I'm going to give you something from somebody else who it doesn't exist,
What?
or
It's.
may or may not exist.
I think Christina Lissa would probably know that Helm is a common god for guards to worship.
Yeah,
Human god.
yeah. Especially in Vangate, probably in Dagda Isle too, I expect.
Mm.
Okay. So
God of the
they piss
guards.
off, and then you piss off too, I suppose, and you make your way back to Solonor Temple, where the Daughters of Twilight guards, they're like, "You're coming in late." Very kind of like, mm, "Fine. Well, we'll let you in anyway, but you were late."
Thank you. I am so I'm very thankful for your generosity and your kindness in letting us in.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you very much.
as you should be. You didn't actually say that, but that's the impression that you get.
Sornel's been around Solnor Temple long enough that he knows how to play this game.
You notice also that really it's only the younger temple daughters of Twilight that are like this. The older they get, the less snobby they are, weirdly enough, and they're the ones that deserve to be snobby. They sort of internalize it, and then it becomes like, oh, that's just how she is, as opposed to she's being snobby, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I got the gist of it.
It's just
Yeah.
okay. So back at the temple, you go back into your quarters, your barracks, and I expect you probably settle down for the evening,
Mhm.
maybe do some prayers and fixing or ripping your sleeve and this or that or whatever, and then go to sleep and have a nice long rest if you needed one. I don't know if you did,
Yeah,
probably not.
Sornel could use one.
You never turned out a long rest unless 24 hours haven't passed yet, or do you?
I'm good.
I don't know.
Mm.
Right. So you wake up a little later than usual, unless you plan to get up early for whatever reason.
Well, Sornel's an elf, so he's even if
Right,
he goes to bed late, he still gets up early.
right. Does he meditate with a hangover?
No, I think he just spent some time with Elwyn.
Fair. Okay. So Elwyn, um, turns out she's been doing some meditating and some prayers and hanging out with the Daughters of Twilight. So she's sort of becoming a little bit more attuned to the idea of being in the city. She's
Mm.
still not highly excited about the city. In fact, she's telling you that she plans to head back to Larathion as soon as possible. She would like to do that and then visit the homelands of the Sawnals and so on. So that's definitely on her mind as a part of her central agenda.
Mm. Sorn would like he would be frank with her about the current political situation,
Mhm.
and if she tells people who she really is, they're either going to think she's crazy or she'll be painting a target on her back from Hemeth Tirith because he can't imagine most high elves would be really happy about having her back, especially Ivran and his people.
She says you don't understand, Sogwa. I do not intend to return to Hemeth Tirith, not solely to Hemeth Tirith at least. I will go there.
Mm.
I will see it for myself. I should like to lay my eyes on this King Ivran. However, I mean to return to the Moonbrook territory, beyond Hemeth Tirith, where the
Of course.
elves are perhaps, I've been told they're a little more coy when it comes to the Empire of Tularathion.
That is reasonable. If we could get in touch with the servants of the Fox, they might be willing to help us simply because they oppose Ivran, and I could see that they might be able to benefit from your situation and help us in turn.
That seems like a reasonable plan.
Mm.
How might we go about doing such?
The best person I can think of to ask would be Iolanthra. She might have some clues.
Very well, then I shall approach Iolantha about the subject,
Mm.
unless it is something that you would prefer to do.
We could go together or in your own time. I leave that decision to you.
Do you have plans for the day?
Nothing so much yet.
I see. Well,
And
let us make
yourself?
an appointment to see
Of
Ireland
course.
through them.
Very well then.
All right, so you do. Um, is Lissa coming?
She can if she wants to.
Um, would you like for me to go with you?
Elvin nods. Of course.
You are a valued friend, Lissa, of course.
And yes, I will come with them.
All right. So, long story short, you organize to go and see Lady Ilanthra, and when you get in there, um, you follow all the various protocols that are usually required, and you notice as you go in that there is a messenger standing in the room with Ilanthra, um, a high elf um, who's wearing very traditional classic style elven costume, and a very traditional messenger, not Daughters of Twilight, not Empire.
Hmm.
Um, and you can make either a perception or investigation check to get different types of information. You'd have to choose what you want.
Um, I think
And
I'd
if
go
you in,
investigation.
okay, what are you investigating?
Um, the style of clothing, looking for any identifying marks, trying to see if I could place where this outfit is from.
Very well. Christina, what are you rolling?
Perception. That's my
Perception.
best.
Okay.
22 on investigation.
Wow.
26 on perception.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
Um, I'm trying to decide if you notice the same things. I think pretty much the same things. Firstly, this messenger has scars on their hand, and you are able to discern that this is not some flaky messenger so much as a hardened retainer.
Mm.
This is somebody who's some sort of soldier or warrior who has been, in this position working as a messenger for somebody else. Um, you're not sure how that works, but you notice one thing is that they have trying to decide exactly what it is. I think maybe it's a signet ring. Um, that marks them as being associated with the Red Guard,
Mm.
which is extremely unusual.
Especially here.
Super especially here.
Mm.
Super especially here. Now, out of game, Christina, do you know what the Red Guard is?
no.
Okay, so your character would. So let me
Yeah.
explain. In Hemeth Tirith, there is a prison called the Sufferance, which I think you have actually seen, haven't you? The Sufferance. Okay,
I
so
know what
you're.
it is. Yeah.
I don't know if she was there that.
Oh, you
I think
weren't
she was
there for
away
that.
that time.
Oh, you might have been. Okay, well, anyway, any case, there's a prison called the Sufferance. And in Hemeth Tirith, you've got the Black Guards, who you know all about the Black Guards. They're pretty much King Ivrans' fucking personal guards. Um, and then you've got the Red Guards, who are the guards that look after the sufferance, particularly. They're like the prison wardens of the sufferance. Um, and they, whilst they're associated to the Black Guards, they're not the Black Guards. They don't have the same leadership. They're not corrupt the way the Black Guards have become corrupt, as far as what you can tell. Um, they still have a very specific purpose, and they don't really expand too far beyond the reaches of their specific purpose. Um, but they are very powerful, and they are sort of a lot like the Blackguard. They're kind of patterned after the Blackguard, if that makes sense. Um, the thing that's interesting from your point of view, though, is that they are sworn in allegiance to a silver dragon by the name of
Ooh.
Dale Varaxis.
Don't Varaxis.
Dale Varaxis. And Dale Varaxis famously helped Queen Sehanine Gudela Moonbow stop the Archlich Israel, and then he helped her. She converted him to good, basically, and then he helped her build the sufferance, and then he set himself on fire and went on this whole path of redemption. Blah blah blah. That's not so relevant, but that gives you an idea, at least, of who the Red Guards are, and so that's what you associate with when you see this ring that this servant, this retainer, is wearing. Okay, so
Got it.
Iolantha, of course, is also in the room, and she welcomes you in. And what's her name? Alwyn.
Mm.
Alwyn. Right. I'm just building the scene in my brain, rendering. I got the walls and the floor. I'm putting up the pillars now, and the stained glass, and there's a fountain over there, some books, tables, candles, candelabras, scrolls, some guards, there's a small choir in the corner. It's quite a big room. It's got a choir in the corner. And they're singing gently, just low key choir singing going on. And you approach Lady Iolantha and she says, I'm glad you've come. How is it that I may help you this day?
We had the request of you, but I just kind of glance over at the emissary that's there.
Yep.
Um, Perhaps we could come back another time. It was a rather sensitive question.
Curious. Curious. The She looks over at the emissary. She says, a message has arrived for you, Lady Lissa. And
A message.
she nods to the emissary, and the emissary steps forward, the one with the ring, and she raises her hand to you, and you see that she has a scroll in her hand. Um, you immediately recognize the scroll is sealed with an ancient seal, telling you that it's, very important and not to be opened except by the right person. In fact, if anybody else opens it, it's probably going to hurt them.
I take the scroll.
Okay.
And thank you.
Um, the emissary nods back to you, and you open it up,
Yes.
and inside it says, Lissa of the Divided Flame, I am asked to remind you of a promise that was never sworn and a debt that was never collected. I stood beside Queen Gudela when Hemoth Tirith was raised. I watched a god prince burn himself into prophecy. I withdrew when the world chose survival over truth. I am Delvaraxis. I do not summon you, but if you would stand where history was bound in chains, if you would hear what was said before the lies were written, then come to Hemoth Tirith, come freely, or do not come at all. There is no seal, there is no demand. And the messenger bows and she says, I will wait for 3 days for your answer. And she steps back, and Iolantha dismisses her.
I don't need to wait 3 days. I will go.
In which case, she takes that information and Iolantha dismisses her. And now that she's gone, Iolantha turns back to the two of you. Now, what is it that you requested? It seems that now is time enough.
At a game, it's now just us in the room.
Besides the choir and a few Daughters of Twilight?
Mm. Okay. Basically, I just lean in close, and so making it so that I can't be easily overheard.
Sure.
By that, so Obviously, at this point, she knows who Elowen is.
Yes, yes, of course.
Obviously, you know at
She
this
spent
point,
time with Alwyn, so yeah.
you understand Elowen's situation, and if Ivran or his people got wind of her, things might get difficult. I was hoping I could put her in contact with the servants of the Fox if you knew someone who could act as a go-between.
Well, that seems rather fortuitous. If you intend to follow the course this messenger has given Lissa, then you will be heading in the direction anyhow. I will pass the message so that they may find you.
Thank you.
Will that satisfy your desire?
There was one other thing, although it is less pressing. At some point, we will need to present Claresca to the public. Word will get out, and it is better if we control the narrative when it does.
Yes. We could keep her until she's older, it has been suggested. However, time is of the essence.
I think there is value in demonstrating to the public and to our opponents that she is indeed present and that she is protected.
It would be unpolitic of the Daughters of Twilight to be the ones to present her to Vaingate. My suggestion is that she has an army risen, that she return on her own terms, with her own powers. And she may need generals and soldiers, advisors to do so. But the Daughters of Twilight must remain neutral, at least to the eyes of the world.
I take your meaning, and I will see what I can do.
Thank you. It will be appreciated. I hope to see you back in Vaingate shortly, then.
We will see. It's once the other business is conducted, then I am sure that I will see you again.
It is possible that I may see you in Hemoth Tirith. I do have some business to attend there, but timing, timing.
Of course, of course. Oh, and unrelated, but if you see Lady Iona, please give her my regards.
Of course. I shall do. She mentions your name from time to time. What's that, Christina?
Has young Astra arrived?
Young Astra, out of game. Where did we leave young Astra?
She was in
Dagdagiel? Was she planning to, did we have plans to bring her here? We did. She was going to be, we were going to pair her up with Claresca, weren't we?
Yes.
That was the plan?
Mm-hmm.
That was the plan. Okay. Have you talked to Iolanthra about that? Does she know about that plan?
I don't think we discussed it in character, but we could do a flashback or we could discuss it now.
Right. Okay. We could say that you've discussed it if that's even easier. I just wanted to set it in stone so that we know what the context is. She's on her way. Let's say she's on her way. She's going to arrive soon. Thank you for reminding me, Christina, because I completely forgot about that plot line. So, yeah.
That's been on Lissa's mind is how the two are going to mesh and how they're going to meet and all.
Right. Well, do you want to plan that meeting?
Yeah, I think it would be interesting.
All right. Okay, well, we can say that the meeting with Iolanthra pretty much wraps up unless there's anything else you
Mm.
want to add to it, or we can flash back to it if we need to. Um, and if you want to
And make
plan
arrangements for leaving.
Hmm. Yeah, so you head back to the barracks and you could feasibly run into Milmore Glass if you wanted to. He's hanging around. You see him go past at one point, so you could stop him for a conversation if you wanted to, or anyone else for that matter in your court.
Mm. Sorrel doesn't have any particular people he wants to see. I mean, I imagine he sees a few people in the course of things, but there's nothing specific he wants to do right now.
Right.
Is this just gonna go into her quarters and contact Israel as you know,
I know who you mean. Yeah. Your patron.
her
So, right.
patron
Asteris?
Asteris?
Asteris and her mate.
Right.
As I practice that name and I practice that name. When it comes to saying it
Are you
on
talking about
camera,
Are you talking about Maith?
no,
No?
that's her
Mm,
brother.
that's her brother,
As
right? Right.
as Asriel. Israel. Her mate, the one that gave her the necklace.
Right. When you were at the
When
castle in your
Yeah.
domain. Right. Hmm.
Stannis. I know she's gonna be longer than planned.
Right. Poor old Stannis, eh? Poor old Stannis.
Poor Stannis.
He has a hard life, that Stannis. Especially with
She's
Storm riding him like a mule.
I don't think Stannis is strong enough for that. I mean, if Cinder was around, he could cast Reduce on Storm to make Storm like small enough to ride around on Stannis' shoulders.
Yeah. I didn't mean it literally, but good enough. All right. So you're making preparations.
Cinder would absolutely suggest it.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. So you're back in your barracks,
Mm.
and you've still got half the day left if you wish to do anything with it, because this is the next day, right?
Mm.
yeah. I go to the stables and turns Blackfire back to a statue and put
Okay,
him in her
I see.
pouch.
Can you make I'm thinking that you probably want to make a deception check or a stealth check to do this so that none of the Daughters of Twilight go, what the fuck just happened? I mean, at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world, but it's could
A
start
stealth.
some rumors.
Worst thing is, no, an 8.
An eight.
He's acting up.
So, all right. As you leave the stables, you see that there is that one of the young apprentices is running to her tutor to fucking be like, what the hell just happened? I just saw something and you know, and then you see the tutor nodding to them and like, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's Lissa.
Mm.
You don't hear the conversation, but you get the general tone of it from the body language. Okay, very well. So Blackfire is now a statue. Um,
Mm.
you probably, what's her name? Alwyn's gonna go around and say goodbye to a few people.
Yeah. Sornel writes a few messages. Probably, probably actually swings by the arena just to say hi to Corsa, just because it's been a while.
Okay.
Make sure that guy's still alive. He hasn't like died in the arena or something stupid.
Is this a thing Lissa's coming along for,
The Corsa doesn't like new people. We don't have to roleplay this out. I'm just saying this is something he did.
Okay. All right. Fair. Yeah, Corsa is still alive, still kicking. He has a
Yeah.
couple of new scars. Um, but his list of victories grows longer.
Mm. Sornel once again threatens to introduce Corsa to Zor when he gets the chance, but I feel like Corsa's a bit
Right. It's
about
like
it.
just because I'm Irish doesn't mean I know everybody from Ireland.
Well, they're both House Koalana, you from memory.
Right. Similarly, though, it's just okay. You narrowed it down by 1 and 5.
Yeah.
It's like you're from Auckland, you're from Texas.
I don't
Virginia.
know.
Yeah. Still, um, yeah. I mean, as far as knowing other surface dwelling um drow is concerned, it might be important to find out who else is floating around. It's good to keep an eye on them.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's not wasted. It's not a
Oh,
wasted effort.
Sornel's main thing is like, hey, would you like to meet a drow who has no interest in killing you?
Right. Right. I mean, Corsa would. He's more than happy to have someone come to his cell and eat a meal with him and talk
Hmm.
shop.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. But yeah, no. Anyway, so basically, yeah, he just goes in just to say hi and whatnot, blah blah blah.
Yep. All right.
And so I guess we're ready to get on the road, unless you got some curveballs to throw at us.
Not exactly. How are you traveling? She's got Blackfire, obviously.
I've got that horse I bought.
Okay. Cool, cool. All right, so you leave Vane Gate by horse. I assume you're going
Hmm.
by horse, you're not going by boat.
Which is quicker?
Horse is less comfortable and probably slower, but I don't know.
I mean,
Quicker.
okay, hear me out. What if we, rather than taking boats directly out of the city, what if we ride somewhere, catch a boat part of the way, and just like use horses to cut it short where that makes sense?
You could catch a boat from Twaddle.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Lissa, have you ever been to Twaddle?
No, I haven't.
It's a halfling settlement. They are quite kind people. Very short people, but they are very kind.
That'd
Well,
be very.
Well, most of them at least.
It sounds like it would be an interesting place to visit.
Hmm.
very well. Okay. So you head onto the road and you ride around the outskirts of Vane Gate till you get to the highway that heads up to Twaddle. And you ride out into the rolling hills. And as you go through the rolling hills, eventually you break off to another road that takes you up Dragon Tooth Lane. It
Hmm.
cuts over the top of a couple of hills in the forest now. You're out in the forest, well beyond Vangate. When you look back, you can still see Vangate in the distance, but it's just a blob in the distance now.
Hmm.
Um, and as you get to the top of these two cresting hills, you look past, you see there's a river and a bridge. Beyond that river and the bridge, there's a broken tower on this
Ah,
road.
the Goblin Tower. That's the one that I told you about, Lissa.
Oh,
Last time I saw it, it was full of orcs. Not friendly ones either.
well, you think the orcs are gone now? Or
They are,
you
from
don't
what I have
know?
heard, they are not the only ones who have taken up residence there over time. I mean, could be anyone there.
Can I I'll get a perception check, please?
15?
15.
It's literally double mine.
What did you get?
30.
30. Wow. Okay. So you both notice a couple of things, but Lissa, you notice a couple more things. Um, the first thing that you notice is that the river that intersects between you and where the tower is on the far side has a bridge, and on the far side of that bridge there is a couple of wagons and a tent just on the other side of the bridge, and you can see some soldiers there. They look like Moldrayan soldiers, and you can see the glints of their helmets and spears. Um, Ternal and Lissa, you both notice that there is smoke coming from that tower that he's referring to as the Goblin Tower up over in amongst the trees and up the hill. Um, and the last thing that only Lissa notices is a gleam of metal up on this big, ancient, broken wall. There is an Astorian wall that cuts down through the valley with huge archways in it.
I point this out.
You see this tiny gleam of metal on top of that archway.
I wonder what that metal is.
It moves, by the way, Christina. It moves as it glints. So it's like there's somebody there wearing armor or with metal something, a sword or something metal reflective. But
Well, it's most likely they've stationed a soldier up there if there's guards on the bridge.
That makes sense.
Shall we proceed then?
Yes. Hopefully we won't have any trouble with crossing over this bridge. We have to.
Hmm. I certainly hope so.
get down to the bridge, do you?
I
And a
assume we do.
couple of these Moldrayan guards, three of them, come walking up the bridge towards you. They're sort of spanning the width of the bridge next to each other, stopping anyone from going past them. And they've got their hands on their spears as they walk, one hand on the pommel of their swords, one on their spear. Um, and as they approach, first one steps forward. He goes, I'm afraid you can't pass this way. Bridge is closed.
For what reason?
He looks at you. He points to the emblem on his cloak.
I look at the emblem on his cloak.
Maldrea.
This is highly irregular.
It is irregular, I admit. But that's my orders, sir.
Can you at least tell me how long you anticipate the bridge being inoperable?
Could be days, could be weeks.
Is it just this bridge we are not allowed to cross? What can you tell me?
Of course, sir, there is another way. If you head back to the main road and then follow it, there is another road. And he names this other road further up. He explains that it will take you another 4 to 5 hours.
Oh, don't tell me there's orcs in that tower again, are there?
He looks at you and he smiles and then he nods. How did you know? How did you know?
Uh,
You can make an insight check if you want.
25?
Oh, he's just over the moon. He's like, you just gave me the excuse I needed. Thank you very much.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Like, you can see him literally going, oh, that's a brilliant idea.
Yes, there were some red fangs of Shargas in there a while back. Rather
Yeah.
nasty.
Oh, really? Oh, that's not good.
Hmm.
No. Well, we can't have that. Yeah, similar kind of situation, really. Not good, dangerous. Better leave now. Go on then.
My companions and I are the ones that took care of the orcs at that time. I'm quite
Well,
certain.
great heroes you are, sir. Much honor heaped upon you. Now, you best leave and let the professionals take care of it.
Really? He doesn't say really, he's just kind of looking like, really? So I just turned back to Lissa and the others. Well, what do you think? I don't imagine that asking nicely is going to get us across the bridge.
I guess we have
Alwyn,
no choice.
how many of you are there? There's you and Alwyn and anyone else?
I imagine the emissary is traveling separately.
Yes, yes, she took her own way.
Mm.
So it's just the three of you? Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. All right, so Alwyn leans into you, into like huddles with the three of you, the two of you, and she says, "We could cross downriver."
I was thinking that. Very well then.
All right. So the guards wave you off, and
Mm.
I assume you head back a little way at least.
Mm.
All right. You get out of earshot of these guards, and now you're up at the top of the crest of the hill. There's forest around you, or you can
Mm.
go all the way back to the main road or not. But Elwyn says, I think we should head this way, down the hill, through the forest. We could either wait until nightfall, or we can try and cross without them seeing us. How invisible are you?
I
Sort
can
of
be
does.
very invisible.
I could. I could easily make you and I invisible, and with a little more effort, I could make two of the horses invisible as well as us.
It leaves one horse out.
But one horse crossing the stream on its own is a lot less noticeable.
Just peculiar. They will
Hmm.
send someone to intercept one horse, but we could ambush them.
Hmm.
Then it's a matter of dealing with the prisoner. We could interrogate them, I suppose.
Or I could just use magic to make them tell us what's really going on.
Much the same.
Hmm. Less bloodshed my way.
Yes, I prefer your way.
All right then.
If the messenger does not return to them, however, they will send more. What then?
I could. The other option is I could use suggestion to make the messenger return and simply say that he did not see anything and go about his day as normal. By the time that the spell wears off, we should be long gone.
Is that a spell that you can trust to make a plan upon?
Do you have a better idea?
I do not.
Lissa, do you have a better idea?
No, I don't.
Very well, if you're confident.
Mm, it's more that it's not a matter of confidence, it is more that I do not have any better ideas. As long as I do not lose concentration on the spell, I can keep it up for most of the day, game 8 hours. But I cannot guarantee that circumstances will allow me to maintain the spell for the full duration.
Well, it would certainly give us some lead time.
Mm.
It should be enough to get to Twaddle.
And they would be looking for one horse, not three.
True. True. They would have descriptions of our faces.
And a big black horse would be quite obvious. I mean, I can only do it once a day.
But they will be behind us.
Mm.
If we can get to Twaddle and then immediately board a boat, they might be able to trace us if they followed eyewitness accounts.
I could. I can change my own appearance, of course.
Is there another town beyond Twaddle we could get to that, or perhaps we can rent a boat from the side of the river without heading into a town?
It is certainly possible if we can find somewhere that the boat could conceivably pull over to the side.
Yes. Do we have the money in coin for this? I admit I have no resources since we have returned to Satara Hill.
That that is remiss of me. I should have given you some money for incidentals, if nothing else.
She smiles. It's understandable, so.
How much do you think it will cost?
I don't know if prices have changed, but in my day it would have been 17 ducats.
Um, Sornel has actually done this trip, a similar trip before, so I think he's like at least once. So
Yeah.
actually, I think might have done twice now at least. So, so he has some idea of what it'll probably cost.
So
They might be able to haggle them down a little.
right. So if you were to take the boat all the way to Lithlian, there would be, there's a certain amount of price in sort of implied there. Then there's the type of boat that you're looking for, and are you going to go on like a shitty barge, or do you want to try and pull over some fancy noble fucking elven fancy thing covered in gold leaf and
I think the
blah?
shitty barge is probably gonna. If we're trying to get something to pull over, I think the shitty barge is our best option because they're going to be more likely to take on passengers on the side of the river.
Right. Yeah, it would
Any
make
coin
sense
they
that
can
there are.
get.
Right, it makes sense that they would do that.
Hmm.
Some of them might be a little bit remiss, or reticent, should I say? But yeah, all right. Okay, so some time passes. Well, you have to get past you're gonna do the thing. Okay, well, we can say that pretty much succeeds.
Hmm.
Um,
I'll mark off a spell slot.
you pass. Um, do you go through Twaddle at all? Do I need to go through Twaddle? Do I need to pull out maps of Twaddle, or are you avoiding it?
Let's avoid it because, as we said, Lissa's horse is rather recognizable.
All right. Fair
Yes.
enough. Well, wait. Oh, you got your horse out again because you did turn it into a statue, didn't you? At one point.
Not yet.
Didn't
At
you
one
do
She
that?
said
point
she
I
was
did.
going to.
That was at the Daughters of Twilight, though. That's why the
Yeah.
girl ran away.
Yeah.
Um,
I can
but
only do it once a day.
if you did go on the road, you would have had to have pulled it out. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, long story short, let's iron out the discrepancies. They can be largely ignored and explained away if we want to. Um, All right, so you end up on a barge. It's a long barge. There's a number of people on it. There's a couple of traders and families traveling up and down for the seasonal pickings of the orchards. And as you're heading north, the barge stops a few times and drops people off at different orchards and things amongst the forests. Um, there are a lot of vegetable farms in this kind of lower area, um, and people are moving back and forth, taking their supplies. And eventually you get to another small, it's not even really a town, it's just a sort of a exchange spot. Um, and you're able to switch boats to a boat that's heading further north.
Hmm.
It's a similar kind of situation. Eventually you get to Lithlian. Um, the river heads north from Lithlian, but you're warned that from here on up, you can't really travel by boat because the river's largely coming down from the mountains from here. And this is as far as you can get north by boat, unless you can drive your boat up sides of cliffs, um, which few people can do apparently, if any.
Well, if there's
Vikings
boats
did
coming
it.
down, then there must be boats going. They're not just building new boats every time they want to send a boat downriver.
Well, no, Lithlian is the
Oh, right.
the
That's
final
that.
port
The
of call.
stopping.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, there are tributaries that lead into Lithlian, and there are smaller towns that lead into Lithlian, but nothing from Hemoth Tirith can get to Lithlian, and vice versa, because it's all too steep. So
Hmm.
from here, you have to take wagons or horses or foot. Um,
Well, we've got horses.
we've got horses. All right. Um, so it's been quite of a journey just to get this far, and it would have been like a week. Um, and you know what? It would have been more than a week. It would have been more like 5 or 6 weeks by boat to get all the way up to Lithlian. So it's been quite a journey. Um, you probably got to know a few people on the boat along the way and made some new friends, perhaps. I don't know,
Hmm.
unless you stay to yourselves. Um, I will get a perception check though.
25.
Woof.
20.
Okay. When you're on the second boat in particular, not the first boat, but when you get on the second boat, there is a passenger that you find suspicious, who seems to be not really very interested in talking to anyone, but very interested in listening to everyone. And they sit there very sort of quietly. It's a half elf. He has a couple of scars, looks like a beggar. Um, I think Saunel, you sort of place him straight away
Hmm.
as you think you know who this guy represents. If
Yeah,
some,
I've got a pretty good idea. Uh,
yeah.
I just quietly warn the others to be a bit careful about what you say, where that one can hear you.
Note taken.
All right. So once you get to Lithlian, how do you travel north? Where are you heading again? You are heading to Heath Tirith at this point, aren't
Hmm.
you? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the primary objective. Okay. So you have a couple of options. Not really that many options. Walking,
Well, we've
horseback.
got
You got
horses.
horses, so you're taking horses. Right. Cool. So there is this horseshoe-shaped road that heads up one side of the valley to Hemoth Tirith and then passes Hemoth Tirith and comes back down the other side of the valley. And so you ride up to this horseshoe road and follow it up into the mountains on your horses, which takes another couple of days. Stopping, it starts getting colder as you're heading up now. And looking back, you can see down this immense valley. You can see the trees of Lithlian, the three massive world trees um, behind you now. And you take a couple of long rests along the journey, um, and you see several groups of soldiers, blackguards, merchants, priests, pilgrims, going in either direction at any given time until you come around this corner and there you see Hemoth Tirith, this massive high elven city built into the tops of the cliffs with
Hmm.
huge towers and domes and walls and rivers and waterfalls pouring out through and between the buildings and out through the bases of the walls down the huge, immense cliffs with the forest below, which is filling the river that you just came all the way up, incidentally. Um, so yes, you head on forward until you get to the gates, and as you approach, um, there are, unlike many of the cities that you've been to, which have like outside the gates of many cities, you will come across like tents and trade towns and that kind of thing.
Hmm.
Hemoth Tirith doesn't have any of that riffraff. There's no riffraff hanging around the outside of the city. It's all very tidy, um, and gentrified, if you like. But there are soldiers at the gate, and they're very polished looking soldiers.
Hmm.
And as you approach, they stop you. And the first guard looks at you two as you approach, gets off as where it comes down to where your horses are. You have reason for entrance to the city?
I just look across at Lissa because this is her errand we're on.
What's your business, ma'am?
Oh boy. We're just here to visit. We're passing through.
Here to visit, passing through. He looks you up and down. What do you look like? You're a human, but you look pretty noble, I'm assuming, the way you're dressed and what have you. You've been
Yeah.
hanging out with some. You are, after all, the fucking. What are you? You've got a title in Dag de Guile now as member of the Assembly of Princes now, don't you? So
Yes.
you're actually pretty flash if you wanted to be. You could
Hmm.
carry all of that bullshit with you. Um, Sornel, what do you look like right now?
He's in like bardic finery. Like it's traveling. It's road bardic finery, but it is like, it's like
Still,
it's very clear. Hey, I'm a bard.
right. Now he's not a peasant. He's
Yeah,
not a
it's like
definitely
he's
not a
wearing
peasant
nice
grad.
clothing.
Right. They look you up and down. He says, may the Seldarine be with you. He opens up the doors, opens up the gates.
Right.
Hmm.
So, as
They uh,
yourself.
they let you through,
Thank you.
and you find that Hemoth Tirith is made up of a number of platforms with roads and um, pathways and ramps and stairs that connect them. Um, and there's a number of small gardens and around the place as well, and it's surrounded by a great wall that contains it against the elements at the top of this rather immense mountain pass that it's built halfway up on. Um, and up above the city, you can see the temple district and um, some of the towers of the Arcanai.
Hmm.
Yourself.
And there is up ahead, you can see there's a dwarven district, funnily enough, which consists pretty much of forges.
Hmm.
Um, Oddly enough, no surprise there, really. You see a couple of halflings.
Hmm.
Um, what you do notice that may or may not surprise you is that there are a few orcs. They have collars.
Hmm. Sornel has been to Hemoth Tirith before, so
Right, so he's not too surprised at that.
he just kind of like keeps a carefully blank expression when he sees that.
It's it's always been a thing, but it's a little bit more prominent now than it has ever been. There's like a little bit more of this than you've noticed in the past. It seems to have gotten a little bit more socially acceptable in the last however many years since you've been here. Um, but yeah. So there's a number of taverns and places to visit. Um, is there any in particular that you want to go to?
Um,
Anything you want to do?
I think despite his appearance, Sornel is actually trying to keep a low profile because he remembered some of the bullshit that happened last time he was in this neck of the woods.
One thing that you do know, Sornel, is that in Hemoth Tirith, casting magic, throwing magic around is really currently frowned upon. Wasn't
Mm,
always this way, but at the moment it is. It's yeah.
mm.
You get guards asking you questions if you start casting spells on the street.
Yeah, noted.
So yeah, you've seen people get taken away for that sort of thing. have their magic items confiscated. Speaking of which, magic items, what are you carrying that stands out? Or not carrying, as the case may be.
I think Sornel is like his sword is in his bag. He's probably like wearing just a regular sword because it would be reasonable to travel with one. But like most of his actual magic items that would attract attention is he's not going to wear them into Hemoth Tirith.
Right. So bag of holding?
He's got a bag of holding, yes, but I don't think those are especially uncommon.
No, I'm just saying he's got his stuff in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
And Lissa wouldn't be able to ride Blackfire holding the staff at the same time.
Well, you can, but it is going to attract attention. And the thing about that, I guess,
So it
is
will go in the bag of holding.
okay. All right. Very good. All right. So anyway, you are in Hemoth Tirith, and you have a beautiful view, and there are people selling all kinds of wares around you, silks and clothes you've either not seen for a long time or never seen before, new fashions from far off places and lands. There is a distinct lack of Barakyle here. You do not see a single Barakyle anybody, which is, at least that's refreshing. Um, but you see faces from many other places. There's a number of taverns around. I guess I should pull out my Hemoth Tirith notes just so I can throw some things at you.
I think Sornel just like recommends a tavern that he stayed in last time that he liked for us to stable our horses and wash off the road dust.
Okay. Du, du, du. And of course, above Hemoth Tirith is the Palace of the Sun, and the Palace of the Stars, which are kind of connected into one thing. Um, but they have distinct areas within the palace that divides it. Um, there's a trade district, the high district, the low district, the dwarven quarter, the seven bridges, the temple complex, the sufferance, the arcane quarter. Um, what else we got here? What's this? Yes. So you want to rent? You're going to rent a room?
Uh, for the three of us, maybe like a small suite.
Okay. Yep. Yep. That seems very reasonable, and there are such things in Hemoth Tirith because Hemoth Tirith is the Riviera of Sidario.
Fancy like that.
Yeah. Yes. Um, okay, cool. I found my notes. Hmm.
All right. I mean, I can give you more information on Hemateras if you want, or we can explore.
Um, what would Lissa want to do? Because I mean, we're here on her thing. Do you want to explore? Or do you want to meet the? Do you want to find the one who sent you the letter?
I'd like to find the one that sent me the letter.
Right. How are you going to go about that?
Is her draconic senses telling her anything?
Um, you've only been here for, like an hour at this point. And so not yet. Not yet.
Since I'm not sensing anything, we can rest up and get cleaned up.
In that case, I know where there's a rather nice bathhouse not too far from here.
I was going to say there are bathhouses. Yeah.
That would be wonderful.
All right. There's a big marble bathhouse. Nearby, there's some libraries and other civic center features. The House of Civic Records. Um, there's an old mint where electrum coins used to be minted nearby. FYI, the elves use electrum as their currency, so that's a thing. Um, all right, so you wash yourselves up at the bathhouse, and yeah, how long do you spend there? Just enough time to clean up, or are you going to relax and chill out and get drunk?
Just to get cleaned up. She's not
Hmm.
interested in drinking. No drinking.
All right,
Maybe a
okay,
little drinking.
maybe a little drinking, just
A little
just a
drinking.
little drink. Okay,
Just a little drink.
Just enough to help him relax a little bit, not enough to get him drunk.
right. While you're
Skin
while you're
paper.
washing while you're washing and drinking and so forth in the bathhouse, are you together?
I mean,
We're all
does it,
elves and we're all grown-ups. So
do they have mixed baths or what?
sure. I think the elves are pretty grown up like that. They've
Yep.
lived hundreds of years.
Yep. Totally up to Christina.
Yeah.
She has no problem.
All right. Very good. Okay. So while you guys are doing this bathing business, this female elf comes over towards you too. And you can make
Three.
perception 3. Yeah, fair 3. You can make a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Wow.
23.
For a moment, as she's walking towards you, and she's got in her hand a tray with some what essentially amounts to towels, on the tray, and she bends down next to you, Lissa, and offers you a towel. And she goes down on one knee, and she's got this like a thin veil around her head, and she bends down next to you, and she looks up at you, and for a moment her eyes gleam silver.
Ooh. Thank you.
She smiles and she says, she looks over her shoulder towards a different bathroom, basically a different room with a bath in it, where there are some curtains and things. That's not a public room. The room that you're in now is a public space. Um, and she says, a room has been prepared for you.
Thank you. We'll be there shortly.
Of course. She stands up and turns away and heads back towards that direction. And as she gets there, she pulls the curtains to that room, um, and leaves just a tiny crack.
Shall we retire to a private room?
Uh, Fine by me.
No.
Please lead the way.
Get dried up and I lead them to the private room.
All right. Once you step into the private room, you find that
the lady that came and spoke to you with the towels is there, but she's not dressed like a servant anymore. Now she's dressed more like a elven lady. Um, and she drops those robes and steps into the water. She goes down the steps into the water, um, as if she's, having a bath, which is what you do. Um, on the side of the room, there is the servant that you saw in Vane Gate. She's just standing near the wall with her head down and her hands together, um, very, um, I want to say obedient, but it's not obedience, it's respect,
Deference?
deference. Yeah, it's yeah. In any case, you come into the room and she looks up at you as you enter from the pool and she smiles. Um, what do you two do?
Look at her and I follow.
Very well. You walk into the water.
Sort of wants to see where this is going, so yeah, he'll follow suit.
All right. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for following my invitation.
I could not. I could not. I lost a train of thought.
Refuse, maybe?
Refuse. I could not refuse your summons.
Well, it was not specifically a summons, but it was an invitation.
Request.
I like to think of it as an invitation. But yes, I have heard of you and your exploits seem to be growing. We have things in common, Norosing, she says, using your draconic name.
You know of me.
I know of all of our kind. Every time an egg is hatched, I learn of it. Your egg was hatched a long time ago. Of course I know who you are. But you may have forgotten who I am.
Yeah, please forgive me. I have a mission and I have had my memory erased.
I understand. I've been told. You are very brave for what you're doing and for what you have done. I would be more useful to you, but I have unfortunately found myself bound by duty to a very specific task that I cannot let go. It
What can I?
restrains me significantly, and it is important that I do this task. I am, of course, referring to the sufferance. The mythal there must be constantly maintained and watched.
What can I help you with?
She looks at you for a long moment and she says, I've been lonely, Nolosing. There are so few of our kind, so few that I can speak with.
Would you like for me to stay a while?
She smiles. She says, that would be splendid if you can. I know that you have duties and assignments to perform, but if you have time to spend with me.
I'm sure I could spend a little time here.
Most excellent. She says, If you are intending to stay, then perhaps tomorrow I shall introduce you to my tea house.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Now, at this point, Tannel, you've been in the bath, in the room.
Hmm.
I assume you've been listening.
He was invited to be here, but he feels that this is not a conversation that he fits into because they are discussing dragon things.
So, would you be okay if we were to say that this conversation so far has been telepathic?
It could also be in Draconic, or he doesn't speak Draconic, or yeah, it doesn't matter. It's like basically he's
All right.
not part of this conversation as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, let's say that this is a telepathic draconic conversation. So it's,
Okay.
doubly hard for anyone to crack into. Um, okay, cool. So this is all happening in a few moments and a few glances. This conversation is occurring. Um,
I will have to tell my companions I intend on staying a little longer and see if they would like to stay with me or would they like to carry on by themselves. And I
as
can
you
catch
will.
up with them later.
I would not wish to interfere with your work. I would much prefer to assist with it, if possible. There is there is limits. There are limits to what, of course, I can do, but what I can do, I will,
Thank you very much. I will confirm with my companions.
of course. Why don't you find me tomorrow at she names the name of this tea house. It did have a name. I can't remember what it was. It was like the Silver Moon Tea House or something. Um, and she tells you where it is in the Elven, not the Elven district. This is the Elven fucking capital. Of course, it's the Elven district. Everything is the Elven district except for the Dwarven district. Um, she tells you where it is. It's near one of the walls, looks out over the valley below. And she says, perhaps I will meet you there tomorrow where we can discuss how I may assist you further.
We'll see you tomorrow.
That will give you a chance to confer with your companions. She rises up out of the bath at that point, and her servant stands up and puts her robe over her shoulders from behind her, and helps her dress. And then the two of them leave, leaving you and Tannel, um, and Alwyn. Is Alwyn here?
I
I
mean, she would have come to the. It would kind of be weird to leave her alone.
Yeah, she would be here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, so Alwyn, yep. Alwyn looks at you, Tannel, and she says, that was strange.
Yes. I think Sornel has a high enough insight that he knows that there was a lot of that conversation that he wasn't getting.
It didn't even look like a conversation. Like they just silently looked at each other a few times, and then one of them left. They
Okay.
didn't even talk. I mean, maybe there was a few words, but I don't know. Lissa, what do you think?
No, they just kind of sat there and
Right. So it was all in silence. Yeah.
Well, I assume that something happened between them. Although your guess is as good as mine as to what that was.
Dorno.
Hmm?
How would you like to stay for a couple of days? And I didn't get her name, but she said she would assist us in any way she can on our
V-
travels.
very well then.
We're to meet at a tea house tomorrow.
Hmm. All right then. Uh, seems reasonable. Did you have anything you want to do in the meantime?
No, not in particularly. Do you and your lady, Erwin, El, I can't
Alwyn?
ever, Elowen,
Hello,
have
Wendy.
anything in particular you like to do?
Um, I don't have anything specific, Elowen. Was there anything you wanted to do?
She says, I'm quite enjoying the baths. Perhaps sh she's probably got a few ideas about things that she would like to do. Um, they probably involve oils and petals and scents and massages. I don't know. And
That sounds nice.
possibly Tanner as well.
Well, that
That
can
is
wait
for
until they're back
them.
in their room.
Right.
I
Fair.
can silently leave. I think Listen can get the hint and like,
Yes, it gets the hint.
excuse me.
Uh, why don't we see about some massages? That could be quite nice, actually.
Very well. Okay, so that gets organized and happens. Um, I'm looking up for a note right now. And that's what I want. Yes, yes. It's not what I want. But all right. Anyway, okay. So you do those things, and the day passes, and Alwyn asks you if you want to go for a wander around the city, and there's some sort of lantern festival going on at the moment.
Of course,
Um,
of course.
so you engage with a bit of that.
Hmm.
Um,
If there's anything that catches her eye, I'm buying bits and pieces for.
right. Um, as you're going through one of the marketplaces, just as it's getting to sort of sundown, the first sun's gone down and it's kind of twilight, and now the second sun is beginning to set, and you overhear a play that is occurring, a performance that is occurring in one of the town squares, because of course Hematirith has lots of squares, not just one town square. Um, and you overhear this performance, and you can make perception checks.
Sworn was a little distracted.
Yeah, what'd you get?
11.
18.
So, Sonal, it looks like some sort of group of halflings doing a play about. Hard to say what they're doing a play about. You're not really paying attention, as you say, you're distracted.
Hmm.
Um, Lissa, you notice that there's a bunch of halflings putting on a play about Dagda Guile, and one of them is wearing a cat mask.
Oh, Lord. Sorno,
Uh,
that
you,
play
you,
over there,
yeah.
um, they have a cat mask on, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
about that
it's
giggle.
kind of a tiger mask with a
Kind
crown.
Maybe we should pay a little more attention to that.
All right, so you head over to pay attention to this. And whilst you can't tell all of the characters, they seem a little bit generic, like they're guessing. They're taking big liberties because they don't have the full picture or the full story. They're doing a lot of guesswork. But the gist of it is there. And it's about the coronation of of Emperor Storm and the passing of Queen what's her face, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And there's the expulsion of the Barakyle is a part of this, and that is popular. That part of the play is popular amongst the elves who give the
Mm.
halflings that you see coins being put into hats and exchanged
Yep.
for that because they think that's great.
Mm.
Um, you can make an investigation check at this point.
21.
Oh, no,
No?
8.
8, okay.
I am
Um,
also looking to see if any of the halflings or someone I know, like maybe Roland, because last I saw him, he was heading up this way.
right. You don't see Roland. I don't think there's anyone you know, but you can make up a detail about what's in the play. With a 21, you tell us what you notice about
what they got right or didn't get right or whatever you want it to be. You can add the detail.
They've got a very, very confused detail about an owl periodically showing up as an good omen before a storm's coronation.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of imagining like a bunch. They've actually got an actual owl because they're halflings and they make bad decisions like that, and the owl is not cooperating.
Okay. Fair enough. Um, one of the elves who's watching the play um looks around and you see on her face she makes a decision. You see her make a decision to help the halflings, and she enchants the owl so that it will play nicely.
Hmm, interesting.
It's a calculated risk you see her take. She doesn't want to get caught by the guards
Hmm,
casting spells on the street.
yeah. Hmm.
It doesn't necessarily fix any story inconsistencies, but it does help the owl to not
Yeah.
be a
The owl,
bastard.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
All right. Well, the evening wears on in that case, and you wander the streets, and there are all sorts of new and interesting foods and things to buy. Um, is there anything that you want to...
Sornel would have actually gone up to the halflings and like said, "Well, actually, I was there."
You were
Not mention
there?
hidden.
What? How? You've come a long way. How did you get here from there?
Um, rode the horse a bit, boat a bit.
A bit? Just a bit? That's a huge distance. That's like half the world. It's more like all the world.
I've got time to travel.
Who are you that you can travel so much?
Just a bard.
Oh, a bard. Oh, well. Have any songs, bard?
Oh, do I have songs?
Where are you staying? Do you live here? Do you have a
No,
house?
just visiting, just visiting.
I was going to say perhaps we could come and stay with you and share the joy and...
The room I have is not quite large enough for that, but thank you. But no, I just thought I would help you out with a few of the. You seem to have some of the points, but I wanted to correct you a few things. I was there, so I wanted to enlighten you as to what happened.
Can you make a persuasion check? This is to find whether or not they think your version of events is
30.
as... Okay, okay. Oh, that's far more exciting than what we had.
And then he came back into the city.
Are you writing
Nobody is
that
quite
down?
certain where he came from, but the people were cheering his name.
Write it down,
Uh,
Soren. Cheering his name. Get
And
that, get
then I
that.
tell him about how all the guard was supporting him, and I
Guards.
basically say that I don't name names, but I say, I cannot tell you the names of the specific other candidates, but there were several that had the backing of the Red Wizards
Oh,
quietly.
Joran, you do a good red wizard, don't you? Aye, my red wizard's not too bad. Yes, yes. I can do a good impression.
Mm.
Would you like to see?
Uh, and of course, after the coronation, you didn't even mention the dragon showing up.
Well, we didn't have a good way of doing the dragon, so we thought, and also we weren't entirely sure it's true. Is that true?
I was there, I saw the dragon.
So it was true. Do you hear that, lads? There was a real dragon. I told you we should have had a dragon. Someone was going to complain. You said
Uh,
no one will notice if there's no dragon.
well, to be fair, the problem with including a dragon is you do need to be sensitive not to offend the dragons.
Oh,
So
yes, yes, there's that.
leaving
But
them out might be the more diplomatic option, but
that's
they
right,
did
because if you're going to do a dragon, you got to do it right. If you get it wrong, they could get very angry with you. You don't want to undersell a dragon. Oh, no, they get very upset with you if you don't do it good justice.
however, the dragon did have their representative join the Assembly of Princes.
They what?
Oh, yes.
There,
Alyssa, you were there. You remember, right?
Yes, I remember.
there was a dragon that joined the Assembly of Princes. What? No. How we didn't hear about that.
I can't believe you didn't hear about that. That was all over the city.
I heard about it, says one of the other halflings sitting at the back. I heard about it. Thought it was lies.
Well, I was there, and I am telling you, it is true.
Oh, yeah. You say so, eh?
I do say so.
But can you prove it? 'Cause it sounds like poppycock.
Why should I go out of my way to prove it to you? I don't even know
Ah,
you.
there you go, there you go. See? Lies.
You wouldn't know the
He's not
truth if
lying.
you wouldn't know the truth if it jumped up and bit you. Actually, if Storm was here, he might bite you. He has threatened to bite me a few times.
Now, why would we believe that a dragon would join the assembly of princes in Dagdagile? That sounds absurd.
To make sure
More
the
absurd than
dragon.
the Catman Emperor?
About the same. Don't believe that either, but they're all going with it.
Well,
Oh, didn't he have a coronation letter?
I wouldn't believe anything said by anyone from any other place unless I saw it with my own eyes.
oh, by the way, tell me, I don't know if he's still in town, but do you know a Roland Harspritz?
I know Roland Halfspritz. What of it?
I wondered if he is around. I traveled with him a while back.
He's not here now.
Do you know where he went?
Oh, he's about. He does the rounds. He
Hmm,
travels from Etz, Vaingate, through Muldreo. He'll be back here within the end of the season.
fair enough. I don't imagine I'll be staying quite that long, though.
Ah, you want to send him a message, do you?
No, just thought I would look him up if I while I was in town.
Ah, fair enough, fair enough. Ah, Roland. Troublemaker, that one.
Not as much as his cousin, by all accounts.
His cousin.
Cassavar.
Everyone goes silent. They look at each other kind of silently and awkwardly.
Don't worry about it. I'm reasonably confident he's not here.
They nod. Yes, probably not. Well, time for us to pack up. Day's over.
Very well then.
They
Perhaps
start.
I'll see you around.
Of course you will. You'll see us tomorrow. We'll be here. We have another
Hmm.
play for you tomorrow.
Oh yes, what one do you have tomorrow?
Oh, that will be a surprise.
Oh, perhaps I'll come by and look it up.
That'd be nice. All right, so they pack up their shit and off they fuck.
All right.
All right. Um, you notice various emissaries and members of different noble houses travel through and past you at different times. You see their cloaks and their emblems and what have you, and you see a couple of black guards go past at one point. And when they do, what do you do?
Just kind of like I don't know what the others do, but they basically just kind of like watch the general crowd and just follow the lead of the crowd.
Um, at this point, the crowd is kind of generally heading home.
Hmm.
And so they just get out of the way pretty much and
Okay.
cooperate.
If basically, yeah, I'll just go get out of the way and cooperate then.
Yeah,
Not trying to draw attention to myself from the blackguard.
fair enough. That's not a good
Fine, Matt.
idea in Hemothurith.
Hmm.
Okay, fair enough. All right then. So, having done all of these things, you eventually retire. Where are you staying?
You didn't tell us the
Didn't
name.
tell
I
you
just
the name of the tavern. Do I have a tavern name for you? Doesn't really matter, but so that's nice. Um, Oh, I know what I should do. Oh. Come on. Yeah, all right. Well, in any case, you get back to the tavern, where you have a room, or you said a small, what did you say, suite? A suite of rooms.
yeah.
Very well. You can make a perception check.
16.
16.
9. I think
Little,
Hmm.
Elowen is being a bit distracting at the moment.
Fair. Okay.
this is trying to look around, but she's still living the conversation.
Okay, so I've got a couple of named taverns for you. There is Mayman's Crook. There is Grumpsh's Folly. Um, we have, oh, those are the only named ones, really?
Soren would find Grumpsh's Folly hilarious.
All right.
It sounds hilarious.
All right, so Grumpsh's Folly is an establishment situated in the North Wall district. This district is notable as one of the few areas that welcomes foreign races, excluding dignitaries, who are primarily found working here as blacksmiths, armorers, and weaponsmiths. Um, so yes, there's humans, dwarves, halflings, even orcs in this particular area, the North Wall district, where the Grumps's Tavern is located. And apparently that's where you're staying. Okay, very good. So you got a 16 and was it an 8 or a 9 or
9.
something? Okay.
Yeah.
Christina, when you left the tavern to go for your walkabout, the window was shut. When you came back, the window inside your suite is now open.
Orno,
Now, I don't know if you left anything here.
the window is open.
Hmm?
Look,
I see that. All right, I start looking around to see if anything's out of place.
What did you leave here when you went for your walkabout?
Probably not a hell of a lot. I mean, most of the stuff is going to be in the bag of holding. It's probably just like if it's going to be the sort of stuff that will be weird. Like in Soren's case, it's the sort of stuff that will be weird that if you came to somebody's hotel that in room and there was nothing there, like just like some travel clothes, whatnot, maybe a change of boots, bits and pieces.
Maybe like bedrolls that you would normally carry around?
Yeah, like basically all the sort of thing,
backpack.
mundane travel supplies that would
Mm-hmm.
you would be expected to um,
Harry.
have with you. Yeah, stuff that would be weirder if it wasn't there.
Right. Um, you can make an investigation check.
24.
22.
Oh, oh. It is clear to you that your bags have been rummaged through. Things have been moved. If anything is missing, it's nothing important. You can't tell if there's anything missing. It can't be anything really important to you that's missing if there is anything missing.
Hmm.
But certainly rummage through.
Lovely. They were looking for something.
Well, it is entirely likely that they are Ivrans spies, considering that they probably don't know that much about us.
Now, I have to go to the bathroom, so
Have fun.
where yeah, any time expended can be added to the end or whatever. Hopefully, it's not too long. See you in a minute.
The lady I met in the bath is another dragon.
Ah,
I guess you kind of. Oh,
that would make sense. That would explain the Red Guard.
yes. She manages Mythal.
Of course, on the Sufferance.
Mm-hmm. She's
And
lonely and she would like some company. And she said she will assist us. So I figured, why not?
perhaps she could put us in touch with the servants of the Fox.
Perhaps.
If anyone knows how to do that, then she might have some ideas.
But she did say she will assist us in any way she can.
Well, I was more thinking that if this is who I'm thinking of, and I'm quite certain it is, then she would have certainly been around long enough that she likely knows where, or knows someone that we can talk to about this.
You have some new names added to your list.
Yeah, yeah. Well, basically, it's like I was like, okay, yeah, just put all his names there, just for the just for shits and giggles.
You forgot Cinder.
Oh no, these are all
these are
Sornel's
all
names.
Sornel's names.
So basically, you've got his current name, his technical title and like prophecy and shit, his drow name, and his wood elf name.
Oh, wow. It's a lot of names.
Well, to be fair, it kind of represents like 3 different lifetimes effectively, plus the wandering around in the Feywild bullshit.
Well, that makes sense. Seriously.
Erasil.
Erasol. Erasol. Erasol.
Erasil.
Erasol. Erasol.
Erasil.
Erasol. There we go. I'll get the name right eventually. Erasol. His name is Erasol. Cold coffee.
Hey, it's still got caffeine.
Yeah, considering I barely slept today.
Oof. Yeah, that
Too,
sucks.
too excited.
Oh, nice.
The Excited to play this game, and then Diablo Immortal had a new update, and it's like, oh, I leveled up like 12 times.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
They had a new storyline, and then they changed the hard levels,
Mm.
which is Inferno, and I'm in Inferno 10 now.
Mm.
It goes up to Inferno 12.
Hmm.
So it's like, whoa, I'm getting there. I just need Paragon 1200. I'm almost there.
Oh, nice. Glad that's going well for you.
You guys should play. I can
Uh,
give you tips and pointers.
Honestly, like, so Charlie's gotten me into this new free game that's dropped recently. You might have heard of it. It's called Where Winds Meet.
Nope.
It's this Chinese game. It's pretty damn good for a free game. Basically, it's just like they'll sell you like cosmetics and there's like a monthly battle pass. Otherwise, it doesn't cost you anything.
Sounds like
Um,
Diablo. It's free.
yeah, it's basically so. Yeah. And yeah, it's the main thing is you're running around doing like martial arts stuff, and there's a bit of storyline. It's really good animation and it's pretty cool because it really puts you in the frame things, and you can learn different martial arts and you level different shit up, and it's interesting. It's pretty fun, especially for a free game. There's some bugs, but there's always bugs.
Yeah. See, we level up. We
Hmm.
have a hard difficulty. We get to beat up demons and monsters, explore worlds.
Oh,
You
nice.
you improve your armor,
Hmm.
which strengthens your how do I put it? Your combat score. And the stronger your combat score, the more you PvP, which is player versus player.
Oh yeah, I know PvP. Yeah, yeah.
I
So
just started doing that. I'm just now
yeah,
starting to get strong enough.
nice, nice. But yeah, so this game actually has a way of measuring your overall strength. So it's like it's your gear, your martial arts, your
Mm-hmm.
your everything combined. But the interesting thing is, you want to know what they use as a benchmark for your strength?
What?
A goose.
A goose?
A goose.
Oh.
Like, because in this game, geese are just stupidly strong. You cannot, like, geese are like raid boss level strong, and if you pick a fight with one, a bunch more immortal geese show up and just maul you to death.
Oh, goodness.
So I am currently up to 1.5 geese, which I think is decent. I think some of the top people are up to like 2 geese.
Yeah, our top people are called whales because they
Oh
could
yeah.
just whomp on these monsters and like knock them out like nothing.
Mm.
I'm just able to clear 30 million points, hit
Yeah.
points. I can clear that by
Mm.
myself. I can clear almost 75 by myself, but I needed assistance on that. That was a tough battle. That was a crazy rose.
Yeah, I can imagine. It sounds crazy.
It was. It was a rose, and the rose would try to eat you, and then it had its little leaves trying to beat you.
Oh God, I'm remembering back when I used to play World of Warcraft. And some of the crazy boss fights there, like yeah, like the weirdest one I think was it was basically just a chess game.
Mm-hmm.
Because there used to be a much harder fight that was there, but then people were like, "No, this is too hard," and so instead of just like dialing it back, they just replaced it with a chess game. And you couldn't
Oh,
actually die in
goodness.
the chess game, but I joined a guild. We call ourselves We Wiped on Chess because it's not actually possible to wipe on chess. You're back, Russell.
Yes.
Well, that was about 10 minutes, I think.
Yep. 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 Okay. Right. So yes, you've been tampered with.
Hmm. Okay, well, so now to our knowledge, we're alone in our rooms, right?
Yep.
Um, okay, so Sornel's going to cast a couple of spells then.
Ooh,
First thing he's going to do is cast see invisibility.
okay.
Do it.
Because he wants to make sure that we're actually alone.
Okay. See the invisible, you say.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hold the line. Um, uh, 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 uh. Mm. See the invisible. Yeah.
Yeah, see invisibility. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love it.
Oh,
Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna get you a picture that will be even more fun. That'll be even more
a
fun.
picture?
Hold the
Oh
line.
boy.
Um, get a good one. Get a good one. That one kind of works. That works. Oh, is that one even better? Just choose one, Russell. Just choose one. Oh, no, it's a video. Fuck no, I don't want that. Just give me a fucking picture. Um, Okay, that one works. Oh, really? It's have to have it stuck in this stupid viewer? Okay, well, let's share the screen. Share, 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 share. So there's this thing that looks a bit like this, sitting on a shelf at the back of the room, up high, watching from above.
Oh, it looks like a kitty with wings.
You know, I asked you for one of these as a familiar for Sornel, and you said no.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Okay.
You don't know what it is, but there's a reason.
So Sornel's just kind of like Sornel's just looking at this thing like the fuck?
Once it realizes that you're looking at it looks at itself for a moment, and then it's like it tries to walk out of the view where you're looking. So it's like sort of tries to carefully just sneak away from the location where it is, and then it flies out the window.
I think Sorrel's just kind of like standing there, like he's seen a lot of weird shit, but he's like, what the hell did I just see?
Thornal, you look puzzled.
I I just saw an invisible flying cat.
Invisible flying cat.
Yes,
I have. That's a new one.
You can
that
make
is
a
another one.
mm, let's make a history check.
I will actually use minor illusion to show the other two what I saw,
Okay. All
That
right.
is
so they're not just
crazy.
going on a description.
Okay.
10, just like
All right. So Sonal's got no clue.
he's just like, what the fuck? I don't know what that is, but I want one.
17.
17. Okay. Well, it seems like you have some idea. Alyssa, you've heard of it referred to as a tressum. Um, and apparently this is a kind of creature that certain high-level Alvan mages can summon uh, as a familiar, as opposed to Barakyle summoning quasits and so forth. Not very common.
It's a high level elven mage familiar named Prism.
I want one. Where can I get one?
I don't know.
Can we ask your friends tomorrow?
Yeah, we can ask her. My
Oh,
question
good.
is, what's a high level mage doing spying on us?
Mm, well, we don't know that we weren't seen meeting your friend today, or it could be because we're strangers in town, and that's what this king is like.
Mm-hmm. But she was pretty discreet, so
Um,
hopefully.
we
Kinda.
don't know.
She
We
seemed like
can we can bring it. You can tell her about it tomorrow.
I will.
All right. Well, I
Any
can.
other surprises?
No.
Just a flying cat.
Um,
Gracie,
where
you
do I
want a
stop?
flying cat?
It's
Should see her with a regular cat.
like a
She'll have a
little.
blast.
It's like a little baby sphinx
Mm-hmm.
or a miniature sphinx. Not so much a baby sphinx, but a miniature sphinx. All right. Well, it's flown off anyway, and you've had this conversation. All right. Um. Well, for fuck's sake, hold on. One more interruption. Hold on.
So you like to have one of those, huh?
I mean, I just think it would be amazing for just Sornel to walk into a room with a cat around his neck, and then just the cat's wings just come like spread out, and the
Spread
cat
out.
flies over somewhere. But I don't think Russ will let me actually have one. It would be amazing, but I don't think he would let me have one.
It would be cool.
Yeah.
He has gone invisible.
Just like the flying cat.
Hmm. I hope Barry's doing well.
Um, he'll probably be okay, you know. It's it's also a stressful time of year, you know.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it looks like I'm gonna be spending Christmas by myself.
Oh,
Hello. Sorry about
I
that.
spend Thanksgiving by myself.
Oh no.
well, maybe we could. I mean, Christmas there is like Boxing Day here. Maybe we can like, I don't know, just
Have
get
a
on a call together and hang out or something.
Yeah,
That way you wouldn't be alone at least.
Mm-hmm.
do that. Yep. Jump on if you see me online, send me a message and we'll have a chat
Okay.
on the
Thank
old
you.
Christmas Day for you, Boxing Day for us. Sounds like a plan. I could even try and indoctrinate you into my new role-playing game.
Ooh,
Yeah,
is that
could be
the
interesting.
sci-fi one?
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to try it.
Yeah. Cool. Still going through changes, but it's pretty intact. The rules are all there now. The character creation and everything is there. Anyway, we should stay on track and talk about that later.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Okay. All right. So your room's been ransacked a little bit, just a
Mm.
slightly little bit, and it seems to you that that cat creature had about the right sized paws for the sorts of rummaging that could have been performed.
Makes sense.
Hmm. All right. In any case, it's gone. Um, the window, the thingo bangs in the wind. Um,
I will go over and
Fix it.
um, yep.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Okay. Well, nothing else particularly happens for the rest of the evening unless you make it happen. Um,
Mm.
besides, Alwyn might make something happen, but
I kind of feel like let's save that for later.
all right, fair. Okay.
At least after dinner, Elowen. Like at least after dinner.
All right.
Like, cause I don't imagine there's gonna be much time for food after.
Right. Fair enough.
Gotta get it. Gotta get dinner in before the kitchen closes.
Yeah, that's fair. And then that predicates like another 2 to 3 hours of sitting around waiting for your guts to fucking
Yeah, no, that's fair. But it's like
deal with it. Yeah.
like,
In
yeah,
any
you need
case,
your guts to deal with it. But also, if you get, it's not like there's convenience stores in Hemoth Tirith where you can just run down and get like, you know, a hot dog or a pie at 2 in the morning.
it used to be like that.
Really?
It did. It used to be like that about 90 years ago, maybe 100 years ago. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like that now in any event.
No, no. So the night passes, and there are no further peculiarities to it. The first sun rises in the morning, and I presume that you've been meditating or what have you, and
Mm.
there may even be a
Yeah.
balcony to this
Mm.
room if you want. It's not much of a balcony; it's like 2 feet, but you put big enough for some pot plants, and you put like a chair and a very small, maybe a couple of stools or something, and a tiny
Mm.
table.
Yeah.
You could eat breakfast there and drink your coffee.
A tea.
Yes, yes. I was being generic.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Oh,
Fair.
damn it. Mine's gone cold, Christina. Mine is cold.
That was mine.
Hmm.
Well, I don't even have coffee, so there.
So there.
Mine's cold and drunk.
It's like what's red and invisible? No tomatoes. All right. So the sun is up. The morning is bustling. Elves are going about their business. You can hear the prayers and the bells and the songs and the children and the soldiers and the monks and the fucking blah-de-blah. Everybody's doing their thing. The markets are coming to life outside your windows.
Yep.
You can smell food coming up from downstairs. Some of it.
Perhaps breakfast would be in order.
That would be nice.
Very well.
What shall we have? Fried potatoes
Fried potatoes.
and eggs.
Nice.
And eggs.
Fair enough. And the good news is that you're in the foreign district, basically, so that means getting this stuff is actually relatively easy.
Yeah, that's one reason why Sornel picked this place.
Right. Because elven food is going to be like, I don't know, it's like, what do you call it? Cuisine nouveau, where it's all very finely, delicately arranged, but it's like there's not very much of it, but it's beautiful.
Mm.
Although to be fair, it probably lasts for a while. You know, you're like, that's not very much. You like bite into it and you're full for days.
Yeah. No, it's like
Or at least hours.
no, he likes to just like more traditional food.
Fair. All right, so you have breakfast and you pay up and you meet the tavern owner for the second time. You see some of the clients and customers here as well. There's a few foreign people here. Among them, there's a halfling trader who looks up at you as you come downstairs and gives you a short wave. Get to see what I did there? A short wave.
I just nod to him.
nods back and hello.
Good
I'm
morning.
Gil.
Tannel.
Nice to meet you, Tannel. And
Listen,
you're staying here because you're not from around here. So where are you from then?
Oh, here, there, and everywhere. It's a long story.
Oh, I understand. Myself too. In fact, you might say that we're neighbors.
Oh, really? And where are you traveling from most recently?
Oh, Twaddle, of course.
Ah,
But I've
Twaddle.
yes. From Vaingate up through Twaddle, followed the river up. Aye.
Ah. And you are here on business?
Oh yes, business. Potatoes.
A very good food group.
He points at your potatoes. You see those? They're mine. My
They are-
very
cousin
good potatoes.
My cousin Sal grew those potatoes right there. You can tell because of the shape of them.
I did not realize I was in the presence of an expert on potatoes.
Oh well, all vegetables from the ground, roots, whatnot. Well, they send me to fetch the finest prices from the elves. Don't tell the elves.
Oh, don't worry, I won't. I like a good joke as much as anyone.
A joke, son. It is no joke. These are indeed the best potatoes in all
Oh
Moldrea.
no, I meant I thought it was funny that you were asking an elf not to tell the elves.
Ah, yes. Well, to Lorathian, it'd be mighty. What is the term I need? They'd be glad to have him. That's all I can say. They should be. These elves
Have you
can't grow potatoes. You ever had an elven tater? Hard as a rock, short and long. Looks like a stick.
Yeah, so I was just kind of like thinking back.
Don't
I can see.
get-
I can see.
Don't
I
get
can
me
see what you're
started on
saying.
their turnips.
I won't then.
You wouldn't be interested in a sack of potatoes, would you? I do have some spare. I can
Oh
give you
no,
a
I couldn't.
good price.
I couldn't possibly. I don't have access to a kitchen right now, so and I don't imagine they would keep until I return home.
Yes, well, there's a point. There's a point. It's good to keep your potatoes in some kind of magic repository, I find. The bartender leans up. He says, "You should keep that down." Oh, yes. Forgive me. Yes. We don't talk about that. Not here.
No. No. We do not talk about that here, unfortunately.
And you'll be staying long?
Until our business in town is concluded, it remains to be seen how long that is.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, eat up. It's good slop.
Oh no, this is much better than slop.
Bartender looks at you. Grunt. He looks at Sal. Slop.
What race is the bartender, by the way?
He's a half-elf.
Okay.
I'm going to say he's a half-elf, but he has some strange features that, you know what? You can make a nature check. A nature check.
18.
He's a half-orc.
Yeah, I got an 18 too.
So he's half orc, half elf?
Yeah.
Huh.
Or some variation thereof.
Or he's got both elf and orc blood and maybe something else.
Possibly, yeah. But
Yeah.
definitely those features are
Huh.
mixed in here.
Interesting. Well, Sorrel Nose isn't just. He's like, you know what? He's had to have heard it a million times. I'm not gonna worry about it.
Fair. Okay. All right. Very good. You know what? You can have inspiration.
I already had it, but thank you.
I like to keep up my tradition.
Yeah, fair.
Giving you inspiration when you already have it, that is.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Listen, perhaps when should we meet that friend of yours?
She said for tea, so anytime you guys are ready.
perhaps we should go for a short walk before we find this tea house.
Very well, I'm certainly amenable.
Maybe we can find flowers or something. That would be nice.
What a wonderful idea. All right. Excellent. So let's make an investigation check to see if we can find some flowers.
Yes.
And how good they are.
17?
Pretty good.
20.
Ooh, nice. Does anyone want to roll a d20 for Alwyn and add, what do you reckon, investigation for her?
She's probably got like maybe
Plus 5.
Plus 5. Plus 5 is about right. If she's at our level and she's proficient, she'd have like plus 5. So
At your level.
yeah, okay. Well, if she's probably not at our level, but like if she had say maybe plus 2 intelligence, plus 3 investigation.
Yep. Give it plus 5.
She got a nat 20.
Wow. All right. So each of you finds some flowers or some sort of offerings of your own, whatever you want. But at the very least, flowers. Representative by your numbers. And yeah, so sometime after, it's like about probably like 9:30 a.m.-ish by the time you've done this, and then you spot the name of the tea house over by the edge of the wall. It looks down across the valley. You see it's looks warm and cozy and inviting in there. You see the curtains blowing gently in the wind, early morning wind. It's quite a warm wind in this early morning, actually, considering the time of year.
Shall we head into the tea house?
Certainly, please lead the way.
All right. Lead the way.
All right. All right, so you go to the tea house, and there's a young elven maiden comes up to you, and she asks you where you'd like to sit. And there's a balcony seat outside, balcony table, and there's a couple of tables inside if you wish, if you prefer.
Listen, we are meeting your friend, so why don't you decide?
Thinking the balcony. I think that would be pretty to sit outside and enjoy the breeze.
Of course.
All right.
We head to the balcony.
You head to the balcony, all right, and you take a seat out there, and it is indeed a beautiful morning. And it is not long before your tea is served. And as you are about to start supping, or rather sipping upon your tea, your friend from yesterday appears nearby, coming through the. She steps through the curtains from a back room, and she says, "I see you've made it. Most excellent. I was
And
hoping
these are
that
for
you would
you.
come. Oh, they're beautiful. And where did you find them? I know I
In the
shouldn't ask.
market. In the market. Over here with such and such. I tell her who was selling them.
Um, she immediately starts talking about where she wants to put them, and some of them can go over there, and she gets one of the servants to come and start bringing out, vessels to put them in, and they bring out some sort of blade to cut the stems and so forth, and they she mixes some sort of powder from one of her pouches. And she reminds you of a wizard, and that she seems to be carrying pouches and components and things. Um, yeah, so she mixes something into the water that the stems are being, dipped in. And she says that will keep them going for a while.
May I
Yeah.
ask you what that is? I guess we have a conversation. It is.
Out of game, I was thinking it's basically just some sort of something magic that makes the plants grow better.
Yeah, I just
It could
figured
be
it's
like
just...
it'd have an alchemical base.
For sure. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's probably just like magically enhanced nutrient fluid.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking it's powder that you put into the water that makes it into that.
Okay,
Exactly.
yeah. She just boils the water out of it and powders it.
Fair. Yeah. She explains this, tells you how to do it. Um, you know, you can write it down if you want. Can do this thing.
She writes it down in her book.
Nice.
Thank
Okay.
you for the recipe.
Of course, you may have inspiration if you don't have it.
Thank you. I haven't, but thank you.
But have it anyway. All right.
Mm-hmm.
She says now. She clicks her fingers like this in front of you. And to all intents and purposes, time stops.
Oh, wow.
The candle on the table stops flickering. The curtains stop moving. All the music outside goes silent. All the chattering of people and so forth stop. The wind holds the curtains frozen. I think I said that. Carts and horses traveling past outside, they stop. They're all kind of blurred, like they're in, like, you know how you see fast motion on television and you see that it sort of streaks. Everything's kind of streaky, like motion blur wherever there is motion. But everything freezes except for you and her. And she says, "Now we can speak." Winter breeze, you've come a long way.
Just a little bit.
You and your companions have connections to the burning path.
Yes.
Correct.
You wish to make connections with servants of the fox.
You know about that.
I know many things.
Do you know where I can get one of those Tressim? We found one in our room last night.
Truly.
It was rather surprised that I was able to see it. I was almost as surprised as I was to see it there.
I did not know about that, but that does tell me something. It tells me that those of the Arcanoi that remain in Hemoth Tirith continue to watch.
Hmm.
We have enemies. Some of them are the same. Some of them, even now, I cannot speak of, for I am forbidden.
The ones that you cannot speak of, I take it they are not on this plane.
That is incorrect.
Interesting.
Shall I say this? The enemies that I speak of, and she looks at you carefully, Saul. She leans in. She says, the enemies that I speak of are close to home.
And I just kind of, we're out. I think you
You're on a
said we're
balcony.
outside.
Yeah.
I just kind of glance over in the direction of the palace and then back at her.
She gives you a very subtle nod.
Understood.
Unfortunately, I am in a position whereupon my oaths and honor demand my complete attention to a sole focused task. Even now, as I speak with you, I am risking my situation, which is why I will have to be gone soon.
Very well.
The situation in Hemoth Tirith is such that my tasks are being interfered with, and I am in no position to change them.
What can we do to help?
She looks at you, Lissa, and she looks back at Tannel, and she looks back at Lissa, and she says, I think your friend understands my meaning.
I take it the ones interfering are the ones you cannot speak of.
That is correct. I knew I had found the right ones when I found you.
Hmm. You are not able to tell us what is going on, but would the servants of the Fox be able to fill us in?
Yes, I should think that they can.
Very well.
They will find you.
Oh, good.
I imagine it will be in short order, but they must be careful. They do not wish to bring attention either to you or to themselves.
Hmm.
I do have a thought on this matter. Meet me one more time. Tomorrow, a third meeting. I will see what I can advance by then.
All right
We
then.
won't be here. You will come.
In the meantime, I suggest that you find your way around the lay of the land.
A good suggestion.
She looks at Elwyn, and time goes back to normal. But when it does, you realize that she is having some kind of telepathic conversation with Elwyn. They seem to understand each other in some deep sense. And then Delvaraxis stands up. Well, she says, smiling, and she taps the table. It's been good to see you again. I'll see
Good
you
to
upon
see
the
you.
morrow, and we shall hopefully entertain more visitors.
You should let me perform for you sometime.
What an excellent idea. Are you busy tonight?
Look at the group. I don't believe we have any set plans.
Excellent. Excellent. Then I have a plan. Dress up.
All right then.
How do you feel about performing for the king?
I mean, it would not be my first time performing for royalty.
Well,
Could be fun.
it could be fun indeed. Very well.
All right, Bug.
Meet us back here at sunset. Bring your best attire. We shall take a wagon to the palace.
Of
You will
course.
come as my guests. I will be known as... I do have a name that she uses, but I can't remember what it is. I was looking for it a minute ago, and I can't find it off the tip of my tongue. So I'll have to make up a new one or keep digging. In any case, she tells you what her alias is. It's just an elven name. Unless I have it here. No. Yeah. So with that, she leaves the table and she leaves you with your drinks. You realize, even though the conversation only took about, a minute or two, your tea is cold. The servant puts down new ones. She says, "Here you are. It looks like you left your tea too long. It went cold."
Thank you.
Thank you.
We just got so engrossed in conversation, the time seemed to fly by.
And she takes away the old cups. And she is gone, leaving only you two out on the balcony for a few minutes. There's nobody around you.
So, what do you think of seeing King Ivran in person?
Should be interesting. And heard so much about him, so
Well, it is likely to be interesting. Hopefully, enough time has happened since the Winter Queen's envoy was here that things have settled somewhat. Could be difficult otherwise for me. But in any event, I will have to lay on the charm.
and you're very good at that.
Thank you, I try. Some would say I'm very trying.
All right. Why don't we cut forward? We might do a couple of little jumps. The first cut is to the end of the day. You guys get your shit together. You probably spend the day doing whatever you want to do, exploring, buying
I mean,
stuff.
probably
Finding clothes.
probably like he's got nice clothes, but like, does he have anything in? I don't think he would have anything in the like Hemoth Tirith style that would be good enough to meet royalty.
Right, let alone perform.
Yeah.
So
he
that might
immediately
cost you
goes
a few
out.
pretty pennies then.
Oh yeah, I'm imagining so.
Want to spend a few gold pieces?
Yeah, I mean, we
Yeah.
don't really bother tracking it, but yeah, like he'll go out and get some rather nice clothes.
All right. Fair enough. Okay, so you buy some nice clothes. Probably have a nice lunch somewhere along the
Mm.
way. Um, you bump into those halflings again.
Oh
Um,
boy. Do they show us what the new play is?
they do. I was trying to remember what was the plan for that. I had a plan. Um, oh, they do a play about Vane Gate, and in this play, um, this group of miscreants steal a bunch of treasure from Vane Gate, and they steal it in a boat from the Barrack Isle. They steal a Barrack Isle ship.
Sornel at this point is like just starts howling with laughter.
I
'Cause
take it you know about this?
I saw that boat.
Just yeah. It's a weird situation out of game, Christina, because there was one game, the Vanegate Chronicles, where it happened, and then another game where Avery was in that was set at the same time, but they didn't meet. The two games didn't meet, but they saw, or Avery saw the other group steal the boat in their session, sort of, even though it was different sessions. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he happens to know
I,
about that.
and like I'm just like telling him I can't tell you any particular details, but I saw that boat.
Yeah. So yeah, in this story, there is a bit of a twist to the story where apparently in this particular version of it, King Ivran confiscates the boat and steals all the stuff and claims it back, and it's like yay for the elves, which uh, you can tell not everybody's convinced about this, and the story seems to have a few holes in it. But
Mm.
that's the story that they're telling, at least in Hemoth Tirith.
Mm.
And if you ask them, they'll be like, well, if you want to see this play, in another town, we can give you the full version.
Mm.
So after that, you get dressed up. You have some food and a late lunch, perhaps, or a early dinner, or an afternoon tea, or something to that effect to keep you going.
Mm.
And you get all fancied up, and you go back to the tea house where Dale Varaxis awaits you. And this time she has a carriage and horses, and um, you notice that she's flanked by a group of soldiers in red uniforms, red armor.
Mm.
Um, they look like blackguards, but they're wearing red armor.
Mm.
And she herself, in fact, is wearing red armor. I better establish who's fucking what her name is because that's going to annoy the crap out of me.
Can you hear me? Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you.
My microphone decided to change. Don't you love it when our computer's like, let's change?
It's like,
Yes.
do you want me to change that? No, too bad. I'm good doing it anyway.
Mhm. Gathering the facts, checking the files, processing the material. Okay. Okay. Ilanis Leah Firahel is who she introduces herself as. So Ilanis or Ilanis.
Ilanos. Ilanos.
Mhm. Um, and in this guise, you discover she tells you that she is. Um, I think at this moment you realize actually that she is the head of the Red Guard.
Hmm.
Um, you don't think anybody knows that she's a silver dragon, though.
Mm.
This is her deep cover.
Fair.
Um, So she gets you to she beckons you into the carriage, and she explains this to you. She says, "Here in Hemoth Tirith, I am known as Ilana Leah Firahel," she explains.
I see.
"I am the commander of the Red Guard. The sufferance is my responsibility." You see that she has a scar down her face in this particular avatar now. She's
Hmm.
changed a little bit. Either she was you don't know whether either of the forms that you've seen of hers is anything like a real form, because if she's a dragon, she may just take slightly different forms
Hmm.
all the time.
Makes sense.
Mm. Anyway, the wagon clatters on up into the palace district and through the gates, and there's horns blasting and what have you, and you get to the front gates of the palace, the front doors, and the doors to the carriage open up, and you disembark, and there's more guards and people doing stuff, waving their arms around and, welcoming you in. Um, and you march into the palace, the three of you. Three, one, two, three, four, Alwyn?
Yeah, Elwyn. Ellen's. Well, I mean, would Ellen want to come if she might
Yeah,
find it a bit overwhelming?
no, she does want to come because she wants to lay eyes on this king.
Fair.
So
All right.
she'll come in, and yes, so you head down through these enormous hallways with amazing fucking columns and arches and all the accoutrements that you could imagine. The beauty and splendor of this high elven palace are almost impossible to be outdone. There's very few sort of palaces that you've seen that are like this level of
Hmm.
fancy. Even
Hmm.
Um, Storm's Palace is kind of more um, heavy set and weighty and kind of more like a castle,
Hmm.
whereas this is more like a refined palace.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. Any case, you come into a ballroom, and there are lots of high elven guests dressed up to the nines, and you perhaps spend some time mingling.
Hmm.
Eventually, you're brought in through to a table where there's dinner being served, and everyone's sort of, um, given a spot. Um, Probably should be a scene here where you actually meet the king before dinner. Would make sense, wouldn't it? Rather
Hmm.
than after dinner. Um, okay, so I think perhaps in small groups, people are taken through to the Megaron and introduced. Um, did you happen to bring anything with you?
Uh, I think Sornel would know that it's uh, typical to give some sort of gift when meeting royalty. I'm not sure what would be appropriate. Um,
Alwyn has told you that she has found a gift for the king.
okay, that works.
So that's from her.
Okay, right, right. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm just thinking. I'm trying to decide. So I'm gonna bounce something off you. You tell me if it's gonna cause more problems than it solves.
Okay.
Um, Sornel has gone up against so many Barakyle.
Right.
Like, there's probably some sort of like he's probably picked up like some sort of uncommon magic ring from Barakyle that's originally Elven.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. In fact,
Like,
I know you have. I
okay,
know
yeah,
you have. Yeah.
okay. So yeah, so basically he just presents as an offering a magic ring that an Elven magic ring that he took from a Barakyle as an offering.
All right. Very good. Um, can you make a perception check, please, both of you.
Apparently not. I got a 12.
Ooh. You do have inspiration.
I'm saving that for the performance check in case I need it.
31.
Lissa's carrying us.
Okay, Lissa, something concerns you. That is that Alwyn's gift, she takes it out and prepares to sort of have it ready to give him when the time comes. But she accidentally exposes what it is that she's going to give him, and you see it for a moment. And it appears, to all intents and purposes, to be a small bag full of dead ground wheat husks.
Wow. I kind of whispered that to Sora.
Elwyn, what are you doing?
She says, I plan to give him what he deserves.
I understand your sentiment, and I don't disagree,
I'm not afraid
but
of death, Sorno.
I am not losing you again.
Make a persuasion check.
27?
All right. Reluctantly, she puts the husks back in her bag and she says, well, I have nothing else.
So, Sornel rather reluctantly pulls out something else, Elvin, that he picked up. It wasn't like. Actually, so Ivran really doesn't like the Barakyle. No, that. Okay, no. I had an idea, but. Actually, no, I know what I'm gonna give him. I know what I'm gonna give him. So he hands over the ring to her,
Okay.
and he pulls out a scroll that he has transcribed himself.
Okay. All right.
Um,
All right, you can keep that for a minute.
yep.
And what did Alyssa say that she's doing, if anything?
I was thinking of a dagger.
Okay.
Maybe a dragon. One of the dragon horn daggers
Ooh. Okay.
that from a dragon that they had slain.
Oh, bit of
Like a
Cinder's
tooth?
work.
Is Cinder's work, yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Oh, Cinder. What's Cinder gonna say when he finds out?
Elves are strange. I don't care. It's royalty. Having my dagger is nice. Cinder does not really know much about Ivran and does not particularly give a shit about him.
Fair. Okay. All right, cool. So the four of you are ushered through eventually to the Megaron where the king sits on his very pointy looking black throne. It's got very tall, pointy spikes at the top of it. It's not the Game of Thrones throne, okay? Just clarifying that much.
Swords.
It's not swords, it's just pointy. And he has a very tall crown that stands up quite high above his head. And you can make an insight check.
Yes.
Is that a 20?
No, not a nat 20,
No.
but it was a 27.
Woof. And not for you, Christina, huh?
No,
No?
completely distracted.
Oh dear. Okay. Sornel, King Ivran to you looks sick. He looks unwell.
Hmm.
He looks pale, gaunt, distracted,
Interesting.
ill. If you didn't know better, you would say he had a can I say that? He something seems cursed about him.
Hmm.
He just has the aura of a cursed individual.
Yeah. All right.
He leans forward on his throne as you enter. What is this? And Ilana steps forward. She marches forward. She has authority. And she says, I've come to present to you some friends I have made recently. Some travelers from afar. Why do you bother me with this, Ilanus? I'm not interested in your friends. These friends might interest you, my lord. He grumbles to himself for a minute. And she says, these companions of mine, these guests, honored guests, she adds, have come to deliver to you gifts from afar. He sits forward a little bit further and seems slightly curious now. Very well. What are your gifts? Who are you? What was that? Was that a gift?
Give him a penguin.
That'd be
A
hilarious.
squishy penguin.
What is this
Yes.
high magic? I've not seen such magic.
Yeah.
A child's toy.
Yeah. Would you like to go first, Christina?
I will go. Deep curtsy and presenting with the dagger.
All right. One of his servants comes in next to you and collects the dagger and carries it up a short flight of steps to his throne, whereupon he examines it. A dragon's tooth.
Yes. For one of the dragons that I have slain.
He looks at you differently now. You immediately see that. Curious. You've slain dragons.
Yes, sir.
One of the servants steps in next to you and says, you will address King Ivrans as His Excellency.
My apologies, Your Excellency.
Say nothing of it. This gift is beautiful. I shall always maintain its natural integrity. Beautiful work of art. Stunning. Who made it? Did you carve this?
No, I did not. I say cinder of the forge.
He puts his hand on the handle of the dagger and he stands up at the like right in front of his throne. He just stands right where he is, holding the dagger in one hand, and he cuts the air with it. You hear it. Shoo! A fine blade. Oh, he sits down weakly and puts the dagger back in its scabbard. And the servant turns to you, Tannel, and ushers Lissa back.
I hold out the scroll.
The servant swoops in and carries it up to the king, and he observes it. What is it again?
Sworn would explain it here. It is slightly out of date, but I was able to get my hands on a copy of the Red Fangs of Shargas cipher for smoke signals a while back.
He drops it on the ground.
That
Why
is
do you give this to me, this disgusting Orcan tongue?
It's translated into Elvish. I apologize. I did translate it to Elvish. It might be of service to you in combating the Red Fangs. I have seen their treachery.
Pass this to Ilador, rather. And one of the servants grabs it and moves it to the side. He seems underwhelmed.
It was given that it was better than
Out of game, it could have been. It just easily could have been amazing. He's just a cunt.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. No, fair.
Okay, so and from his point of view, I'm not going to try and justify it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Alawan comes forward, and you can see the. You can make an insight check, actually.
You're just slightly
28.
28.
I'm still not.
You're obviously distracted with your own business. And Tannel, you notice, probably because you know Alawan also, she's struggling, but she holds it together and passes the ring up to him, over to the servant. The servant takes it up, and he looks at it. Where did you find this? And Alawan, she kneels and turns and looks back at you, Tannel. She says, my companion can perhaps better explain.
It was in the possession of a Barakyle wizard. I decided to return it to its rightful home.
A Barakyle wizard. With this.
Yes. They are like cockroaches.
They disgust me.
I know the feeling.
Foolish. Most benign. Do you have a position in my court?
I do not, Your Excellency.
You took this from a Barakyle. You shall be rewarded.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
What is it that you want? A parcel of land, a suit of arms, a sword, a servant, a slave. Anything.
Some small parcel of land would be most generous, Your Excellency.
Excellent. Make it so, he says to his servant. We shall negotiate the details. My people will organize these things. Excellent work, he says, holding the ring up. And he tosses it over to one of the other servants, who catches it almost unceremoniously. Well done. Well then, I thank you for your inspiring gifts and your defense of the homeland. He looks at you again, Tannel. Now, out of game, Tannel, what do you look like right now? You're not using any illusions, are you?
He's not using any illusions because he would have to renew it, and he doesn't want to get caught doing that. And it seems to him that, and he also doesn't know if people might be able to see through it. So it seems to him that, not using illusions is the smartest play.
Okay, so alternatively, are you in any way making any effort to hide your Eladrinness?
He considered it, but he figured that if somebody saw through it, it's better to just play it straight.
Right. He doesn't have his ears tucked up into a hat or anything like that.
It kind of feels like deception would,
backfire.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
All right, fair enough. He says, I can't help but notice your heritage there.
Yes, I heard about the unpleasantness between yourself and the Winter Court.
You presume too much to speak.
I apologize, Your Excellency.
My question to you, Eladrin, is where do your loyalties lie with the Winter Queen?
I offer no loyalty to the Winter Queen, if that is your concern, Your Excellency.
Where does the paladin bring the paladin zone of truth?
Game, if Sorrel was still in a pact with her, but he's not.
Right.
Not anymore.
Right. Excellent. 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 Now tell me, what is your name again?
Eternal Winterbreeze, Your Excellency.
Winterbreeze. I will call you Winterbreeze. Winterbreeze, do you have still a means by which to travel back?
It is difficult, but it might be possible to make arrangements. It would take time, though.
Perhaps you would be my ambassador. It would be, of course, a lifelong position. A great deal of wealth.
I must respectfully decline. Should I find myself in the Winter Court, I do not imagine I would receive a warm reception due to past incidents.
I see. I see. Well, that makes you a loyal servant of Tularathia. Most excellent. He stands once again, and this time he draws his sword, and it gleams in the light as he draws it. He says, "You three, how many of you are? 4. Step forward and kneel. I shall knight you, dragon killers, Barakyle slayers, bringer of the fruits of my enemies." And Dale Varaxis, under the guise of Ilenis, of course she doesn't need to be knighted because she's already fucking blah. She says, "Perhaps you would knight them as Red Guards, my lord." Excellent, if that is your desire, Ilenis. Very well. You may join the Red Guards, honorarily, of course. It gives you a title. And so he knights you each with this longsword. And then one of the servants comes in and interrupts the whole thing and is like, "You've got to move on because there's some shit to do and we need to get more people through here." And so he's like, "Well, very well, nice to meet you, fuck off." And off you go. And that's when the feast happens and you get to play your performance check. So let's make a performance check.
Okay, yeah.
Christina, do you have anything you want to throw in there? Because I know that
Yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration to re-roll that because that I want to be a bit. I
I just want to check that Christina hasn't missed out on any of her own evil plans. No, she's good.
No evil plans.
Okay, cool.
Not this time.
not as high as I would have liked considering I burned inspiration on it, but it was a 24, which is still pretty good.
Still pretty good. Excellent. Okay. Well, it's certainly imperial standard music. That's sort of it's what they're used to. Something this good. So nobody complains, and quite a few people compliment it, but it's expected. You're expected to be this good when you're in the fucking King of the Elves palace.
Yeah.
So, and thus it goes. And at the end of the night, you've met a few people. We can detail out some more stuff if you want as we go. And we can always use this as a flashback point to add to if you need to develop more Tularathian business ties and so on. Do you have anything to add? Anyone have anything to add? Otherwise, you'll go back to your tavern and Sal is there selling potatoes. All right. Well, we might as well wrap up there, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Cool bananas. Thank you. Stop.
They have been knighted.
You have been knighted.